guitar.
Yes. Oh, there's a reason I play bass is because getting my hands close enough together to play guitar is kind of uncomfortable. So I was like, a bass it is. All right.
That's nice. Hello, everyone. Welcome. We've just been talking about the cool art that Adam drew and also all sorts of funny things about it. So I'm going to have everybody go through and introduce their character for this, the very first inaugural session of this RPG. This season. The RPG season.
The very first and only
adventure
one that will ever exist.
thing.
Not true.
Not true. But here we are. I'm Paul. I'm the GM. I've got some stuff prepped. If you saw GM prep, Adam and I went through a bunch of stuff and made a bunch of cool things. So you'll see that. We're going to have everyone introduce themselves. We made characters last week, but if you missed it, or if you just kind of want a refresher, they're going to go through and do that. So we're going to start with Jodie.
Okay.
Go counterclockwise to mess everyone up.
My name is Jodie. I'm playing a character who's probably primarily going to be referred to as Bubbles. He prefers to go by Steven, but Bubbles is a pretty convenient nickname for him because, well, that's essentially his superpower. So he's an alien from another planet. He looks like he looks like he's 60 years old as a human, and he's not. He's like 600 years old as an alien. So
you forgot to mention that 600 of our Earth years.
Yes,
right.
yes.
Let me tell you about the galactic calendar.
He also forgot to mention that he has impeccable fashion sense.
Oh, he's the best. I really hope it's up on the screen because, God, it's so good. I love that character art.
Yeah, it's really excellent. Mm-hmm. Everyone has their character art kind of up here. So
yeah, this is our inspiration.
We can all that's cool. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Juno Griggs, who goes by Mishap when she's heroing. She fell through worlds, thanks to Oblivion. Makes things rust and break. And when she got here, she sort of decided to start heroing because that's what you do when you don't want to think about your life. Because right now she's living on a houseboat and trying to keep it afloat, which is not easy, and selling copper wire and scrap for food money, which is also not easy when you break ATMs just by walking up to them.
Sometimes that gets you money.
It does, but again, hero, not villain. And when she got here, one of the first things she found was a semi-destroyed little dinosaur robot that sort of spoke to her, and she rebuilt it. It seems to work, except when it occasionally blows up, but she can fix it. She can fix just about anything. She met up with the rest of these guys at an art house event where there was, of course, free food, and we all found out we were heroes that day. We didn't know that before. And now I'm just trying to get these people to be an actual team. It's really hard.
It's a ragtag.
It's a thing.
Yeah, none of us made superheroes except for you. Like, we made people with powers, but
no, you're superheroes.
Oh, no, right, we're superheroing. We're heroes, for sure. But, like, the costumes, not superheroes.
But we do things as a team, and you're superheroes, so we are, by definition, a superhero team. So, just keep working on that.
Which is Peter Erickson, also known as Hourly Rage, the working class hero, who is a musician by night and hero by day, because that's how the music scene works, who I'm assuming was probably playing this show, and some terrible event happened. But that's when everybody found out that he's super duper strong and very, very alluring, because that is what my background is. Or my, what is it, personality? Personality is alluring, because that actually makes the most sense for a musician, but it's weird that this guy is alluring. But yeah, he's gonna hit things with a pipe wrench a bunch. It's gonna work out great. He's going to also take over people's minds with his music.
One of the things I like about Hourly Rage is that you designed Hourly Rage to be easy to cosplay.
Yeah. Listen, there's not a lot of good fat guy costumes, and and if there are, they're not comfortable. So I was like, oh yeah, jeans and flannel shirt and a black T-shirt will do just fine. I'm not going to get a pipe wrench into the street clothes. Come on.
No, but you're a superhero.
No, I
can't.
can't.
Super cool mask.
There's no way that's actually ever going to work in anything but a comic book. His mask, his superhero mask, the most superhero part of the costume is just a handkerchief, like just a red handkerchief that is always in his back pocket that he just pulls over, and then that's it. it works like a mask now. It's his domino mask, but whatever. And it magically doesn't just fold over his eyes and be completely unusable, which is what would happen in a cosplay situation. So no, it'll just be in the back pocket. And also I say comfortable, because I don't want that on my eyes for an entire con.
With the glasses.
Yeah. I need a giant foam pipe wrench now, though.
You mentioned that you named the wrench.
Oh yeah, Trusty Rusty. Yeah, Trusty Rusty is going to do some damage. It's going to be good.
That's fantastic.
Yes. I love it. Okay, so my character, Barb Ross, her superhero name is the Concept Artist, and she runs the art gallery where we all met. And she's also an art teacher, and so she discovered when she was really little, she's always been very creative, and so when she was little, she was an only child, she would draw pictures, then she started drawing her imaginary friends, and then she started drawing these other, as she got older and started realizing that her imaginary friends were now coming to life, and she was like, well, maybe I'm imagining this, maybe it's just my whatever. And she gets older and starts drawing these other people that she starts seeing in her mind. And they all start coming to life, and she realizes that she's actually experiencing a bunch of her past lives, and that she has an ability to draw things and bring them into her reality or bring them into being. So that's kind of her superhero power. So whenever she gets into any sort of situation, if there's somebody around or whatever, she will just take out her sketchbook and pen or paints or whatever her mood is for the moment, and she will draw things into existence and stop the evildoers in that way. So because of that, she sometimes kind of stands off to the side. She can still be active and get in if she needs to, but she kind of hangs off to the side, so she doesn't really need a superhero costume per se. So she just rocks her blue art smock and her skirt, and she kind of hangs out and does her thing, and then draws everything into existence over there.
Birkenstocks?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, most likely.
Fair.
But yeah, that's kind of...
force him to do the macrame owl necklace?
Well, it's just little.
Oh, it's just little, okay.
Right. It's everything you ever imagine from
Adam's
old,
off
like,
camera over here,
elementary school
running
art
the chat,
teachers.
And I was just like, let's make him draw a macrame owl.
Yeah, and then his response to me was, well, she's sitting, so there's not a whole lot of room, so I don't know if that macrame owl is going to happen.
Next session, we're going to need a close-up of the macrame owl
yeah.
for plot reasons.
Yeah.
There's plot relevant.
Like every single thread, and make sure that they scroll up now.
But yeah, and then, so like we said, at one of the gallery openings is where we all kind of met up, and Juno and I actually knew each other because we go hiking and we do a lot of outdoor things together, because Juno's got her boat and she's kind of, out and about, and so that's how we met, invited her over to the art gallery with free food. And then I had our musician for the opening, and then
Oh, I just wanted in.
yeah, you just kind of,
Yeah.
but you were so adorable. Like, I can't say no.
just
Like, just kind of come out,
assumed you
have a
were
cookie,
supposed to do
whatever.
I
yeah.
go a lot of places. People don't stop me.
Yeah.
They ask me questions sometimes, and I say,
And when
okay.
you're that cute, no one is going to stop you. It's fine. I think that's part of your superhero power.
Toe-headed, blonde-eyed little kid.
Blonde-eyed.
Blonde-eyed, sorry,
Blonde-eyed.
blue-eyed.
Like blue-haired and blonde-eyed.
Listen. It's been a long day.
It's been a long 2 months.
Hell of a week, right?
All right, so what did you do? So
Only
you when you
Wednesday.
first got together, what was the first thing you kind of did together? You said you kind of got together after that.
So, do we know what happened at the... Like, what made us all out ourselves as superheroes?
Well, we were at this gallery, right? And the event was going on, and it was a touring artist who was there, and so it was it was a really extravagant event. So normally we just have local artists and whatnot, but we'd had this really big special event where a touring artist came in, and their pieces were very valuable. And so, of course, as things happened, someone came to try to steal one of the pieces from the art gallery, and things got a little out of hand. And so then one of us would start saving the day, and another one would start saving the day, and we kind of started being like, "Wait, you? No, you? Really? Are you? And you? And like, how does this happen?"
Cool. Do you have a firm idea of what city this is in? What city you're based in?
I mean, I feel like this is more
decided-
Rook City than
I mean,
Megalopolis,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
We
well,
decided
Brook
coastal.
City was my general idea.
Yeah,
but
it would be a city or a real city.
What was yours?
Brook City was my general idea.
Yeah, I feel like it's a
because it has
little.
a little bit of everything.
Mufflin.
Right. Yeah, we're
Right,
a
yeah.
little like there's no copyright on.
No, there's
it's
not.
a
You
real
can just be
place.
from a
You can
city.
say
Like I'm going to send you
Brooklyn.
around a city. You can be from Brooklyn. You can be from Brook City. You can be from like Pittsburgh or something like that. Or Cleveland. I was thinking those are kind of places like.
Well, you live on a houseboat, so it's got to be somewhere coastal.
Not necessarily.
With a big lake.
I mean,
Or near a big
That's
lake
true.
or
the
river.
thing is, like for Rook City, I can easily imagine that there are places where they break down things like houseboats and like it's the kind
Junkyards
of
are
place
actually
where
the more important thing for you.
yeah, like it's the kind of place where there would be a breaker's yard.
Yeah.
Right.
If only because that's just great for crime.
Yeah, and like that's the other thing. It's like it's gonna be wherever it is. It's on. I live and work in the more like the seedier part of town because like A, that's where the rock clubs are, and B, it's usually where the crime is.
Right.
Also.
Also, Rook City is like it does have access to water. Like that's
Yeah,
part of it.
exactly.
Yeah. No, that's
So
great.
I think that's reasonable.
Yeah. Well, you find yourselves in an interesting situation now.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Because after this, after you stopped the theft, yeah. Oh, bits. That's right. Before we go,
yeah.
before we go into this, I'm going to tell you everything. So, if you, as a refresher, if you watched the last stream, or as new information to you, if you're watching this stream for the first time, we're using a system of bits and cheering on Twitch. So, how this works is you can cheer like in increments of 100 in the channel. You type like /cheer and then.
There's going to
number.
be a graphic on
There's a whole
screen.
graphic that explains
There's
it.
a thing that Trevor's
when you
handling
do
right now.
that, what you can do is you generate bonuses. And these are bonuses, they're boosts basically for either any of the characters out here or for me as the GM. And you can specify when you do the cheer, who they're for. And then you can give them out to people and you can specify who they're for and what exactly they're for. And then they hang on to that boost. And it's like a boost that gets made any other place in the game. And then they can use it as they wish. But when you use a boost someone gave you, you have to describe exactly what it is and why you have a boost. Like, there's got to be a narrative reason. I want everyone to have a good narrative reason for their boost. So that is how that works if you're interested in doing that and you're in the chat. All right, now I'm going to tell you what's going on. So you find yourselves in an interesting situation. So after you thwarted this theft at the art gallery, the news you worked together. You were on the news. There were some TV cameras there. There's some YouTube videos that got put up. You got written up in some local and the national.
There's a Twitch stream that went up.
Right, Twitch stream that went up. We're going to have this on YouTube later. So Twitch stream and a YouTube simultaneously, and also
Stream just went up.
Facebook.
a whatever bookface stream thing. There was some chat snaps, whatever. They all went out. All this stuff.
All those things.
I don't know how social
all
media
this
works,
stuff.
but it happened. I don't know how it works, but some people that do did the thing.
Yeah.
Right. And you were there, and then you got in some regional local newspapers, and then some national newspapers, and it kind of was a cool thing. These like new heroes kind of showed up and kind of thwarted things. You're not like the Freedom 5 or any of the big famous hero teams, but you're like, wow, these people like did a pretty good job. And so you actually wind up getting contacted somehow through some couriers. You kind of are emerging as the like leader of this team. And
It's the outfit.
It's the only one in a costume.
you're
Must be
contacted by a
believed.
woman named Carolyn
Appropriate
Falk.
costume.
And so right now, the strange situation you find yourselves in is on an airplane on the way to Melbourne, Australia. Because Carolyn Falk has offered to pay you quite a lot of money and give you quite a lot of food to come to an aerospace conference in Melbourne, Australia. So Carolyn Falk is the CEO of Falk Aerospace. She's a billionaire CEO, and she has a major problem that's been going on with corporate espionage and both technology theft and some embezzlement and stuff like that. A lot of weird things going on. And she's pretty convinced that there's going to be some kind of theft like that at this aerospace conference. But none of the local, she's got local law enforcement and everything around there kind of guarding it, but she contacted you and is going to fly you down to do that. So she's offered to book you as the entertainment for the show.
Nice.
Have you out there. There's
Nice
going to be kind of a whole, right, exactly, the whole, and then put all you, the rest of you on the guest list. And have you just come in, that she knows that you have a lot of, especially the ability to look at things and know what happened with them and things like that. So there's some weird technology she wants to show you. So she wants you to just kind of case the exhibition around there, listen to her keynote, that kind of stuff. So my questions for you are, you're on this airplane going down there. What, do you need special technology to be able to be on an airplane?
I mostly need to not break it. So
Right.
Yes, please.
adding
So
extra technology won't help.
Right. Well,
Bunch of
specifically,
drama.
something that Carolyn had been working on that's really green, early stages, is a slight dampening of the worst effects of your power. So if you sit in one very specific chair, this is a private jet, you understand. So a very specific chair right along the midline, way back from the engines of the airplane, like halfway between the engines and the rudders at the back. And you're within this, there's like got a blue ring on the carpet on the floor. As long as you stay within there, it's probably okay.
It's like a superhero Faraday cage.
I
exactly.
stay there, I don't move, and I wince at every single little bit of turbulence.
Yes.
Right.
You're like, everybody, just stay calm. Put your hands out. Put your hands. They're outside the circle.
Right.
So how are you going to approach this situation? Do you have any things you want to chat about approaching this? It's going to be at the big Melbourne Exhibition Center down on the Yarra River down there. So
Yeah, I'm going to be appropriately out of place on this airplane.
Right.
I'm just going to be I'm going to sit next to this minibar.
Yeah.
And just you do whatever hero things you need, and I'll just tag along. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
So
Just here for the
I'm
entertainment.
definitely
Yeah.
just walking around and getting into whatever trouble I can get into.
Right.
What is your kind of plan? So if you're all talking about it, you'll be like,
I have a job.
she'll
there.
let you in as
have?
a 6-year-old. She knows. Obviously you got these powers and you're helping them out with stuff. But if you're at a fancier kind of thing, what's going to be your approach?
I kind of go with the wandered in there sort of thing.
Okay.
I came here with a parent, and I can't find them right now, but
I'm sure it's fine.
they walked that way. I'm gonna go that way.
Okay. So you just deflect I know where my parents are. They're totally over there.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Yeah, that's
Because the
good.
last thing anybody wants to do is take a child away from their parents and go no, my mom's right over there, and you are interrupting me walking towards my mother.
Right.
And you're just okay, kid.
And I have persuasion as a quality, so that I can
Excellent.
make
Yeah, so you
those.
can
That's
make
right
it work
for
out
you to have.
Right.
And I feel like we've probably kind of worked out a system of signals or something. If someone doesn't believe you, one of us can just walk over and be like, "Oh, hey, what are you doing over here? Come on, we got to go do our stuff."
Hey, Andy Barr.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, perfect.
if I can get a jumpsuit and a tool belt, I can blend in with any other repair crew.
Just a white
Okay.
van.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
white van, the
Yes,
access card to all
I know
things.
enough about just about everything mechanical to get
Right.
by. And if there is something that breaks down, I can fix it,
Right.
more
Right.
or less.
Right.
Ish.
That's
Ish.
sort of
Give it a-
Fix it-ish,
Yes,
yes.
the sort of the hope is that between the two of you can figure out
Yeah.
exactly what's being
So we
stolen and
built
going
to
on
move the
wrong.
plot along.
So,
I broke it.
right.
Oh, we're gonna do this.
Yeah,
We're superheroes. So we're
Exactly.
fixing a car.
so you get there. Is there anything you want to do before you go into the exhibition? Otherwise, the night of the gala, you can go in there.
I mean, some small amount of sightseeing.
Probably,
Like,
yeah.
Of course.
Oh, I get a bow tie.
Okay.
It's very important.
Are you still
That's
gonna
good.
wear the
Oh,
spacesuit?
spacesuit, yeah.
Spacesuit,
bow tie.
and bow tie.
Like a nice
Yeah.
slip-on bow
Like,
tie.
That's
get rid of
good.
the cowboy hat. The cowboy
Go up
boots.
on the roof.
Get rid of the cowboy
The
hat.
hat, the boots are still on.
Do
Yeah.
some running around the city, parkouring everywhere.
Oh, cool.
Just some fun tasks.
There's a lot of, the central business
It's a
district is
lot.
right there, a lot of trams kind of going around back and forth. There's some cool old architecture, stuff like that. So you come up and the convention center is right there by the river. It's got some big open halls in there where they've got setups of all of the different interesting pieces of experimental technology that Falk Aerospace is working on. They're all set up there. There's a stage for you to play at.
I think.
Nice.
I stay away from the stages.
Yeah,
as
makes
best
sense.
I can.
Right. Every time he
you?
goes near, there's just a bunch of feedback. He's like, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry." I
Faking
think
feedback, I like it, sounds good, right?
there's
Sounds
a
good.
gallery across the street.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna go hang out at the gallery and do a little bit of business stuff on there. But
Cool.
in the meantime, I would create just a projection of just a normal person that maybe kind of looks like they're wearing some of the same uniforms that everybody's setting up the event is,
Sure, yeah.
and have them just kind of scope around, do like a perimeter walk and some different things going on there.
Perfect. Okay, yeah, have them do that. Actually, make for me, I'll just have you do an overcome.
Okay.
If you're doing that, and tell me how you want to construct that. But do an overcome to kind of see, using that, to do reconnaissance, to kind of get you some information about the perimeter and the area around it.
Okay, so I would probably use illusions, obviously,
Yep.
and then maybe insight. Use my insight and
Sure.
my illusions for that one. I think would work really well. That is not what I want. That's what I want. There we go.
And do you use status as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it's green status for
yes.
sure. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Not enough.
So
Nope. This one.
there you go.
They're all
You had it
winning.
right. They're
I
all
know.
very orange also.
They're
Yes.
very orange and
You
very
can switch up
reflective.
any dice anyone wants.
I'm
These
gonna
are
have to switch to a
dice
different
wheel
color.
grab. All right, so your min is a 1, and your mid is a 2, and your max is a 6.
Right at a...
So that's going to be success with a major twist, or you could fail. Let me know.
First roll again, major twist. Let's get distracted. Let's move this along slow.
Okay. So this is during setup.
That's a great look to have on your GM.
Okay, I'm gonna
First roll of the game.
just mess up things that I planned because that'll be more fun. Okay, so this is what happens during setup. During setup is when you're doing this. So you're kind of setting up your guitar in there, right?
I'm wandering around. I actually like to compare how Earth technology is similar and dissimilar
Oh,
to my home
cool.
technology.
Yeah, because you can be in there during some of the
And so I just walk around
earlier
and
phases.
pretend like I'm not interested, but actually I'm very interested.
Cool. And you kind
Blending
of
in with maintenance.
perfect. So what you're doing, you're at the gallery next door, and you're kind of sending this person around, and your projection looks around and actually discovers that security is awesome. Like security is really, really, really good. Like clearly, Carolyn Falk, like in Falk Aerospace, takes this threat seriously. Like she's brought you in, but she's also made sure that like just the local police and everything like that, and the local security guards at the convention center are not letting anyone in. They're doing a really good job. And it's like it is the kind of security you'd expect if like there was something like a visiting head of state or something like that. Like it's notably, genuinely very good.
Okay.
So you go around and you kind of notice that. But as you're going around, and you're going around, there is a massive explosion.
Sorry, y'all.
And the massive explosion comes from inside where they're setting up for the keynote address at the convention, inside the convention center. Then the entire auditorium, the two of you who are inside, you see like flames and rubble and everything shooting out of the auditorium.
Oh, I head that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Like, definitely.
Then you hear an explosion from quite a long way away.
I'm just like, what did Juno do now? And I just kind of meander my way over.
All right. So.
Right. Also, we have an explosion mobile over here.
Right.
Just gonna-
So what are we? What
What
are you
did
gonna?
she break now?
What are you gonna do in a row? I think what we're gonna do now that this
wasn't me.
happened.
I don't think.
All right. I have to remap where everyone is. Okay. So we're gonna move into
First
round
roll of
time
the game,
here
I've
to
broken
kind of handle
everything.
this.
Sure.
Okay.
That's fun. That's major twists are so weird. I like to throw myself for a curve and like be like, I can go. All right. So we're gonna see how this works out. So we're gonna go kind of in round time, and I'm gonna go. So you just acted. You just did that. Who do you want to have go next?
Should we explain for new folks how initiative works in the system?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
absolutely.
good
So if you're not familiar with Sentinel Comics, the role-playing game, how initiative works is that whoever acted chooses who acts next. And so you kind of go through the entire order like that until you're at the end, and whoever ends the order then chooses to have whoever they want, that's not them, start the next scene, so the next round, rather.
So I'm thinking, Jodie, if you'd be
Yeah,
willing,
that
because
sounds
you
really
would
good.
probably just run off in that
I'm
direction
just-
and
yeah.
like book it, and no one would really notice. They'd be like, kid running around, sure, whatever.
Yeah. Explosion. Definitely people are running.
Yeah.
So like, I just have to be running toward, not away.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is fine.
But again, you're a little kid, so like, sure, why not? Of course you would.
And so yeah, I wanna go see what I can figure out about what happened. Like
Yeah,
if there's any
absolutely.
immediate threats or like anything that I can contain in some way.
Yeah, absolutely. So to set the scene kind of for you, there's the whole like gallery area that's indoors where they were setting up these various displays of things.
Yeah.
And then that's the kind of like lobby kind of area. And they're all on daises and they got ropes around them and they're kind of setting up the technology that's there. But then there's a door into a large auditorium, a very large auditorium, kind of off to the side. And it's big with the seats, the stadium seating kind of down the auditorium. And there's a dais at the front where the speaker would go. And there were some piece of technology or something was going on there, sound equipment and technology and all sorts of other stuff. And clearly the explosion originated from there. So you look in the auditorium and you see that there is a lot of rubble and smoke, especially up at the front of the auditorium. Like that whole front dais has been destroyed. Like if anyone was up there, they're probably in really bad shape.
Okay.
And then there's also, but you can't really tell because of the amount of like smoke and the things that have fallen down from the
Sure.
ceiling. And then you also notice that there is just a crew that was setting up some Oh, you can't I gesture a lot, so I'll knock cameras around. Got to be careful. So over to the side, there was an EV crew kind of like up on ladders, setting stuff up to the ceiling and making sure the lights were all right. And now that section of the ceiling and their ladders has all collapsed, and there's some people that are kind of caught and look injured down there for sure.
Okay, so they've already fallen. They look injured.
Yeah.
Used my reroll.
Okay. Then there's fire presumably.
A
Or-
bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Like it mostly was an explosion, so there's
It was
not
an
a lot
explosion,
that,
it
like the
wasn't a fire
building's not on
explosion.
fire.
Okay.
The sprinkler system in this room is going off for sure, and there's like alarms and stuff like that. And now the sprinkler system in the whole building and alarms, like is getting increasingly chaotic.
Okay.
There's probably the fire department on their way
Sure.
because like an explosion would trigger that kind of things. But it's not like the building's not in any danger of burning
Okay,
down. or
but
anything.
like, so can I use alertness to figure out what threats are there? Like,
to see if there's any
yeah,
like
to what
just scout
immediate
the area
threats
for
are,
threats.
like to kind of get like you gave me what the scene looks like. I want to prioritize things.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, good. Tell me, do an overcome
So
for me. And
I don't
let me
have
know.
any good powers for this. So
Okay.
So probably I'll just take an untrained thing for that.
Okay,
And use my alertness for that.
sure.
And then my status die. So my alertness and status die.
Yeah, and we don't have a scene tracker yet just now. This is
Yeah.
we're doing a weird thing.
Yep. So I'm gonna roll in my 6 is my mid.
Oh, great. Okay.
And 6
So
would
that should be
be
success with a minor
That's
twist.
how you do it.
Oh,
Jen.
that's how that's
Yeah,
Yeah,
6
yeah.
is a minor twist.
Yeah.
Numbers.
Yeah. Minor twists are much less ridiculous. So great. So you look around and you see that you indeed see that the people that are over there are like they're injured and kind of stuck and could use some assistance getting out. But you also see that there's someone that looks like they're still alive way up on the dais.
Okay.
Kind of like underneath a lot of stuff and potentially very injured.
Okay.
So you've got those two kind of things going on.
Cool. And how much more can I do at this point?
Well, you came in and you kind of like looked around a bunch, and that's kind of where you are
Probably
right
at the
now.
end of
Yeah, exactly.
what I
Because you
can
did a
do.
lot of like assessment. Yeah.
Okay. So do we have any way of communicating with each other?
Yeah,
Do we have like
radios.
walkie-talkies or anything, or are we just?
You have radios. I have
Bluetooth is a thing that
Just
exists
yell
now.
them
I don't
out
think
and-
there's any reason
Sure, but, like-
not to.
But definitely, Mishap doesn't have a cell phone.
That's
Like
true.
smoke signals or.
Like I'm just wondering, like if we
Morse
had
code.
anything.
I mean, hourly
actually
rage
a
is
good
very
point.
loud.
That's true. Right. She
You
knows.
just play one specific
Yeah, she
chord
knows.
and
She knows the chords that like danger, pizza's here, like whatever.
right.
Like a D chord for danger.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So cool.
Key chord for pizza.
Believe it's a D, but upside down. So stand on my head. Anyway,
Okay, so
I'm mostly playing to Adam.
I know. I wish there was a camera on Adam
can
so we could
barely
see how
see him
hard his eyes
'cause there's
roll
so many,
every
like-
time.
That's
Mic
not how
stand,
music
but-
works.
But I just saw. You don't know. And I can only see his mouth, so I just saw this grin through. Anyway,
yeah, so I kind of like feel like there's not a lot I can do here except like
I think we're
kind
all
of direct
alert.
people with
But you all are aware of
with adorableness, and so like
The
I'm kind
three
of
of you
like
saw it.
I kind of like start gesturing off toward the direction of
Yeah.
I like
of
your
the really
insistence
injured
you're doing it
person.
with
I'm just kind of like
adorableness.
jumping up and down, going,
Yeah.
Very tiny.
and then I'm gonna pass off to Mishap.
Okay. I put on the mask, get Scavenger Bot out of my like tool bag,
Right.
and get in costume because that's important.
I don't understand. We're new to this, probably, or whatever.
He's got like instructions for team building, and he's like going through his book and like why costumes are important for team building.
I have a costume and I spin my bow tie.
Anyway, I get into there. I start trying to organize people.
Okay.
If I can get my team members to organize, I will do that. If I can get rescue crews to organize, I will do that. And until I can figure out like what I should specifically be doing myself, I think that's the best use of my time.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's already, you see, like you hear the sirens. There's like local, both like law enforcement and medical and fire, like emergency response people on their way clearly, like to this large system. There's a lot of water coming down from the sprinkler system in the whole building. There's a bunch of people running around and doing a whole bunch of different stuff. So what do you want to organize them to kind of, what's your goal? Your like
My
end
goal is to get the people who are wounded to safety because I don't have any sort of first aid
Right,
skills.
absolutely. So
but-
for the most part, there's right out where you are, there's just a lot of very panicked people running around and not Like no one out here seems injured. It's just like, wow, I was in a building when an explosion happened right over there. Kind of, people are concerned.
If you want to organize them.
I think that's
Like,
that's the best thing. Like, since I don't have a radio or any way of knowing exactly what's going on, I think it's the best thing I can do.
And by organize them, you mean get them all coordinated to leave the building, not like join a union. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
That's
Making
fine.
sure. Yeah, right.
My principals don't really work here.
Okay.
Principal of the team is more about internal
Yeah.
team dynamics. But I do have leadership, so I would like to use that. None of my powers are super useful right now.
You have what? Metal?
Metal, agility, electricity, and scavenger bot.
That's not.
I think agility is probably my best bet, so I can get into a position where people can see me, and then I can start organizing them.
Right.
Climb on top of
Parkour
something.
your
Yeah.
way
Yeah,
up
I mean,
to
that's
some,
true.
Yeah.
So agility,
Can I use the metal dice, or those for special occasions?
those are for special occasions. Agility and leadership.
Or he's using the metal powers.
And then, because this, I'm guessing my status die is just
Yeah, it's green
D6
for now. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I assumed.
Yeah.
Start punching myself in the face until I can roll a d12.
So that's not great.
Yeah, that's a 2, 2, and a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you want to succeed with the major twist? or-
I absolutely do.
All right. Hold on.
We're gonna put Paul through his paces. And like making characters is fun. Maybe episode 3 is make different
Right. Yeah.
characters.
No, I'm just gonna tell a little bit of a different story than the one that Adam and I talked about this morning. So, what happens here, all of a sudden? So you're getting people organized, and you're getting them to leave the building, and it's kind of a these twists are gonna kind of remove some subtlety from things. So you get. You get people leaving the building, calmed down a little bit, right? So there's a little bit less panicking, stuff like this. And there's some of the contractors that were there setting stuff up are kind of reluctant to like leave everything behind. So you kind of like, well, you gotta get going, like you gotta do this behind. So they're back there working on it. You're getting a lot of people to leave the building. But then you turn around, all of a sudden you've got a group of 5 contractors that were there have suddenly pulled out rocket packs and laser guns.
Like, yeah.
Well, that's less than
And
ideal.
one of them, and then there's a 6th person who's over there hunched over a computer that was hooked up to one of these big turbo pumps the big high efficiency turbo pumps that they're working on to display at the aerospace conference, is furiously typing there. Well, everybody else like stands around them. Everyone's chaos around them. They've got a ring of guards kind of around them doing that stuff.
Well, I don't want to give it to Matt because then the only person left is Paul, and then Paul can go again, and
That's true. I should probably make a
we don't want that to ever happen. That's just bad. So I'm gonna take a look at what's coming here, and then I'm probably gonna hand it off to one of the
Character
villains.
ideas.
I don't know. I think I'm probably safe. Like I'm in a different room.
Possibly.
All right.
Just fly away.
There's also like somebody really.
So
injured.
there's 5 of these.
Oh,
I'm
wait,
gonna
I'm
grab.
still leaving
Just
the.
let him have it.
I'm leaving the gallery.
Seems like they put a lot of thought into this. They're making a lot of effort.
Right.
Maybe they just get to have.
I'm
the-
still
We're not
working
established here,
I'm still
team.
working my way over to the gallery.
Stop that.
Right. I'm working my way over, and I'm just like,
One
oh,
of those
well,
things.
that didn't go as planned, but there's no such thing as mistakes. It's just opportunities for something new. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine, probably, or whatever.
It's fine. We got
Happy
this.
little trees.
This is a
Wouldn't have
problem.
happened if you had
It's an
costumes.
insurmountable
Don't know why, but
opportunity.
it would have happened if you had costumes.
I have a handkerchief. That's a costume. And Bubbles literally has 2 costumes at the same time.
So is it actually 3 because it's her superhero costume made of 2 different costumes?
Well,
Like
right.
3
So
costumes
here's
in
the
one?
thing: is like Bubbles is an alien. So this is all about blending in with humanity.
Yeah.
And her solution was 6-year-old child with 3 costumes.
Turns out aliens don't have a lot of concept.
We
for
don't
what
get to
normal-
stack all the costumes on one person.
Well,
That doesn't
you
balance it
didn't
out.
specify in the meeting that they
so
needed
we-
to be distributed. You
We
just
need
said we
one
needed
more
to bring
costume.
some.
As a team, we have 3 costumes.
Mishap kept telling me about the importance of costumes, and I was at a store and saw costumes.
So Mishap, we have the rocket laser squad over here. And then they're also
A normal part of your crew for setting up an event.
They seem organized.
Is-
and they have uniforms.
and then you've got Briefcase Ninja Man over here who's
I will
working
hand it
at the-
off to the Rocket Laser crew.
okay. The Rocket
gonna
Laser
do?
Squad like looks around and they all go over. A couple of them go over to the side underneath a big engine bell of one of the main rockets over there, and they start fiddling with something down there on the ground. And then they pass it over to Briefcase Ninja Man, and Briefcase Ninja Man finishes up with whatever he's doing with the computer, and runs away from you toward the wall of the building, where there's these big windows overlooking the Yarra River.
Oh
Like
boy.
specifically just straight.
Yeah,
toward
just
the
straight toward the wall.
windows.
Yeah, exactly. And
It's like any convention center.
so starts running in that direction. And as he's running, he pulls out a gun. This got looks like some kind of rocket launcher gun. Shoots it at the windows and blows a huge hole right there in the windows.
I hope that you paint a brick wall there.
Mm-hmm.
People are very
coming.
prepared. I'm
I know.
kind of in awe.
All right.
I'm assuming-
So then we're going to pass it on to you. What are you going to do?
So
okay.
how far away from Rocket Ninja Guy am I?
You're a ways away.
A ways away.
A ways away across the.
Like more
across the
than
convention center.
Further than I can get in the now.
You could try real hard to get there. I'd probably make you do an overcome action to get up to Rocket Ninja Man.
What's going on in my immediate area? Like, so, all right, Rocket Ninja Guy is running away from me, and
Right.
the rest of these jerks are in between?
Yes, the rest of the jerks are in between. There's
get the
three
rest
of
of the
them
jerks?
that are fiddling. Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
There's three of them that are fiddling with something under the engine bell, and two more standing guard with their rocket packs and laser guns.
Oh, okay. That's probably for the best then. We're still in green.
Yeah, right now. And I think what I'm going to do now at this point, now that this major twist happened, yeah, we're going to go ahead and introduce a scene tracker right now. That's great. This is good. We're all good. We're just going
Fine,
to
everything's going.
we're just going to
according
major
plan.
twist all the elements of this scene
We're just
out
getting
in
rid of
random
all
order.
of the plot.
No, it's a new plot now.
That's
We're
We're
playing
don't
to
worry
our
about it.
strengths of making things go wrong until they go right again.
Yeah.
So, I don't need to use this. I think it's time to pull out some abilities.
Okay.
We're gonna use Power Striker, as I have renamed it, Pipe Wrench Fight. And so I'm gonna use my trusty Rusty, and I'm in D6, and we're gonna use the D8 for close combat. And I'm just gonna wail on one of these boys.
Okay, so you're just going to run up to him and wail on one of them.
Yeah, no, it's just
All right.
like my job is to be in there.
Okay, cool. How
And
does that ability work?
I attack using Trusty Rusty,
Yeah.
and use my max die.
Oh, well.
Right.
That's delightful.
This is why I'm
Like
doing
all
it.
your
Yeah.
mosh
So-
pit experience.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
Just,
Oh, yeah.
Just coming in handy right
Like, listen, there's always some jerk who needs a punch-in. It didn't work out. Wow.
That's very impressive.
That's better
How many,
than
how many
better
ones is
than
that
the
there?
death
All of
ones.
them. As
ones is
many
that?
as could
Everyone's.
possibly have happened.
That's better than you were doing during my character creation where everything was doubles. That just blew it out of
There's
the water.
triples, though. You
Well done.
Ones.
well, you unlocked an
Well,
achievement.
what I thought it was going to be, and it worked out, was 2, anything but 2. 2. And I was like, clearly it'll be bigger than 2.
Right.
Wow.
No.
It was
I don't know
not.
if you
Well,
well, our team.
I'll tell you what. One of them
Is
gets
gonna
to try to save.
defend.
And in
it
fact
turns
does.
out it's
But then
just-
degrades down into, because they're just minions, so one of them degrades down into a D4.
Great.
So-
Well, we're making progress.
So good job. You slightly injured one of the Rocket Laser Squad members.
Rusty.
Who you
failed me. You were no longer
He
trusty,
may or may not
but
have
still
said
very
this.
rusty.
It's fine.
So now we're at the end of the round.
Yeah. Who is the most capable of stopping running? Like, so, right, but where are you?
I'm only
Doesn't
sort of where it's
matter.
happening.
Even if I'm still like on my way, working my way in, if I
Oh,
can
right, we
see
can
the
communicate.
window,
That's true.
like you can talk to me. If I'm somewhere where I can see the window, I'll just draw it up and make
Yeah,
a brick
I think it's gotta
wall,
be you.
and he'll just
I think it's-
bounce
right,
off
I
it.
think
and
we're
it's
all in
fine.
agreement.
You don't have to be over there?
I need to be able to like kind of visualize the area. So like
Okay.
even if I'm outside and
Yeah.
I can see the wall from the outside,
Okay.
if I'm like inside an entryway and I can see it, like as long as I can
Right.
see
Another
it enough
hilarious
to be able to
possibility
sketch it,
It's
it
just to
works.
put a net underneath there, so he jumps out anyway.
Nice. Well, that would be more your territory, I think.
Yeah,
You just
but
bubble them.
I don't know that he exists.
That's true.
All
yeah,
right.
so as long as I can get into visual range
Totally.
from the outside or
Yeah.
the inside, I can make it work either
you can,
way.
You can get within, like if you,
For
you
this
hear this
one,
going on,
yeah.
these explosions and kind of heading toward it, and that's like you're down on the waterfront right there by
yeah,
the river.
I mean, I was only
and so you
across
see
the street, so
a hole
like,
get blown
I know
in the
what's
wall.
going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a hole blown in the window. So you make an overcome then to
Okay.
try to do this. You're going to try to paint a brick wall
And it's going to go so much better
in
than
the
last
way.
time.
Do you have a particular ability for this, or are you just going to construct a, just make a standard overcome?
No, okay. No, I'm going to use Creative Block.
Okay.
Which hinder using illusions. That penalty is exclusive and
You're gonna.
persistent. So
Oh, you're gonna hinder him. Oh,
I think
okay,
that would-
cool. Yeah,
does
yeah,
that
yeah.
work okay for
totally.
this? 'Cause I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like
a
if
different
I-
kind of thing. So this is gonna just make it a lot harder for this guy to do any sort of thing. Yes, no, that's great.
because it's going to be persistent this way. Whereas if I just make a wall, he could just blow through it.
He
It doesn't
can
matter.
exactly do something else. Yeah,
So,
no, this will
okay.
like that's great. I love it.
Cool. All right. So I'm going to use illusions. So that's my D10. My status die. We're still in green. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's that.
Sure.
We can
Yes.
see
No.
it.
We definitely
It
are.
says 6, yes, red. It's a G, but
And then I assume I'll just use
My handwriting's really bad, but
creativity again.
Adam's impressed by my ability to draw squares.
surprising how few people here have
Yeah.
remotely legible handwriting. Like I'm one of them. I'm well counted among them.
Yeah.
And
Jen's handwriting is very good.
yes, that's why we have her write everything.
I have legible handwriting. It just looks like a 6-year-old wrote it.
Which is
so
so you are role
appropriate.
playing yourself.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, wait,
Okay,
3.
Those are numbers.
3 is your mid, right there. So if you look on your chart over there for a hinder,
Yep.
it
Let's see.
says hinder using your. What does it say?
Using illusion.
Using illusions.
Okay.
So I use my D10 for that, and then I use creativity.
Oh,
and
nice,
then
that's nice.
my
Okay,
innate,
good. So, and then a 3 corresponds to a plus, to a -1, right? Yeah. Excellent. So there's a -1.
It's always the min die?
It's the mid die.
Oh,
Oh,
the mid
mid
would be
would
7.
be a
Oh,
7.
I'm sorry. I thought that was a 1.
Oh, yeah.
minus
No,
two.
that's way better.
Yeah,
No, so it's a
7.
7. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
Sorry for misleading you.
no, that's okay.
So that is a minus.
-2.
2, right.
Yep.
So this is a persistent -2 hinder. Describe this. What are you painting that makes this happen? Makes this guy worse at stuff. Persistently, no matter where he goes.
Give him concrete shoes.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
Right, because he's going to jump into a river.
Right.
And like, he's like, well, I can't jump into the river now. I have concrete shoes on.
Yeah. I mean, I could go with the concrete shoes, but because originally I was just gonna paint a wall,
I mean,
but
painting a wall is cool. Making illusion of repairing the glass back in is way more dramatic. Just be like, no.
yeah.
Like, you shot a rocket at this and then I fixed it. He
yeah,
doesn't need to know that it's real.
I'll paint all of this glass
not
back so
real.
it looks like normal, but because it's an illusion, every time he goes at it, it like warps out and then warps back.
Okay.
And warps out and warps back. That's why he can't just immediately break right through it.
Okay. Okay.
So it's kind of oil painting-esque. It's got a lot of layers to it, and he's like, wait, no, that window was broken. I swear it was broken.
Right.
What is happening?
Could I request, so in
Yes.
case he does, since we're going to make this persistent, and it's going to
Yep.
stick with him, no matter what I have him do,
Yeah. Would
So-
you rather be to him?
yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's
do
fine.
something to him, because that way it makes sense story-wise for it to like
Yeah.
be somehow hindering this guy
Yeah,
persistently.
no, that's fair.
Whereas that would work really well for a like one-off hinder.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I think we're going with cinder block shoes.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is really slow.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody else is like, why? Could he only... No, it's an illusion, so everybody...
Yeah,
can
you
Oh,
can
yeah,
see
yeah.
it.
Okay.
So like he was there, and
I
then
don't know
all
how
of a
to-
sudden you just see like this
Specific
this
illusions are
line
weird.
work and sketch patterns, and
It's funnier.
and starts filling in, and it kind of looks like an oil painting, and he's like, what? Why are my feet getting so heavy? What's happening? And then now he's got cinder block shoes.
Okay, so the cinder black shoes here, -2 persistent on the briefcase Ninja Man.
Briefcase Ninja Man.
Right there.
I wonder what
Does he
happens
still have
if
his briefcase?
Yes,
the guy
definitely.
that is definitely supposed to get away to move the plot along doesn't get away.
We've broken it twice
That'll be no
already.
problem.
Why not
That's
throw
true.
something else at Paul?
Then he has to just do some writing.
There are
Then-
no,
then he was reporting to
there are
somebody.
no
Yeah.
things that are required to happen to move anything anywhere.
Ah, you've DM'd before.
Correct.
I
So,
think he just prepped
Killed the
for
man.
this.
yes.
Wait, what?
yeah, kill the baron of this town. Go his winery.
Paul.
Oh, no, different,
Anyway.
different game. All right. Yeah.
Inside joke.
Who's next?
So, who are you going to pass it to?
I think that was the biggest thing.
That is the start of the round. It's the start of the. You started the round off.
Yeah,
here,
I
so you can
started the round
pass
off with that.
Anything is
Can I
fair
get
game.
them out of the way?
Do you want to? try doing a slightly more effective smash? With
I actually
your
want to get
trusty
smashed
Rusty?
up a little bit.
Oh.
Like, I'm happy being in yellow.
Do you want me to let the Rocket Laser Squad go so that they can beat up on you a little bit?
You can take a minor twist to use the yellow without having to be in yellow.
Yeah, but also, then it gets their turn out of the way. And also, haven't we had enough twists?
I don't understand.
No. No is the answer to your question.
Haven't we
Always
had
more
enough
twists.
twists in rapid succession?
I, as a player, have a principle of the twist.
I would say to you, it is totally your call. Like, I can beat up on some guys.
Well,
I can
if
beat up on
people-
more guys.
If you would like
I'm-
to get a little more beat up, then I will happily
mean,
let Rocket Laser Squad go.
They're definitely paying attention to you.
yeah.
Like, if they go,
One
they're
of them
going to
in the
try
head
to
of
beat
the
up
pipe
you.
wrench.
I knew.
I
Right.
should probably be paying
Right.
attention.
Like,
Okay.
for sure.
Well, if y'all are good with this, let's see what happens.
Just
We'll
the
let
worst sound.
Rocket Laser Squad go.
Okay, good. So what's going to happen?
dropping a crowbar.
What's going to happen here is that first, actually, the guy who's injured is going to kind of take a step back away from you, and is going to reach up and twist a kind of dial on the shoulder straps for the rocket pack that he's wearing, and emit a lot of steam and smoke to kind of like obscure the area and try to like hinder you as it's going.
Yeah.
Right. So that's a 4.
That's a 4.
So that's
a negative 2.
That's a -2. So there's going to be a -2 smoke hindering to you.
I think we should get Paul to roll for us next time. It seems to be working much
So
better
here we
for
go.
him than
There's
us.
a -2 of smoke over here. And now, well, you're like hindered and confused in the smoke over there. The rest of them are going to jump back with their rocket packs. Boom! So they all kind of get back and then all shoot at you with their laser guns.
Yeah, could they? Could they please?
Yeah.
Pew, pew.
So they're going to just be, all 4 of them are going to shoot at you. And it's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage total. You don't have any sort of reduction per hit, do you?
No.
Okay.
No, we don't.
So then it's going to be 7. They're going to deal you 7 damage
It's like exactly the number that
shooting at you.
right? One away from yellow. So many hit points. Okay. I mean, it's gonna have to be. Maybe.
So that's
Get
all. That's
myself in
all.
the face.
That's all. What happens over there? Now, the
It's 28.
the next thing that happens is that a second rocket laser squad drops down from the ceiling. They were kind of up in the rafters, disguised as some more AV
The
technicians.
rest, yeah, here we go.
And,
this is where the rest of the damage will come from.
and-
Oh boy. I figured it out.
And they drop down kind of between the gallery where all this stuff is, where the 2 of you kind of are over there, and the auditorium where you are. So they're kind of dropping down between, and they're all kind of standing like back to back to back to back to back to back, kind of like in a circle, an outward-facing circle of laser guns with their rocket packs on the inside, sort of. And they're over here, and they're going to be the green squad. Do I have enough green D6s?
There's another green one there. No.
All right, if you would,
They're also the green. They're the green.
the green and
blue
also blue
squad.
squad. You just kill some of them, and then it'll be fine.
It's fine.
Right. We'll balance it.
Right, and then they're going to pass it along here quick to the rocket, to the briefcase ninja man. So the briefcase ninja man now has concrete shoes on his feet.
Concrete shoes.
Real slow and hard to move. And so what Rocket Ninja Man is going to do instead, indoors, is throw his briefcase on the ground. And as he throws his briefcase on the ground, it starts to transform. And very quickly transforms into a motorcycle, which he gets on and starts driving away. Now, the motorcycle is very hard to drive when you have cinder black shoes. So it's going to like severely hinder his ability to do stuff persistently. He gets on the motorcycle and drives out the front door down the street. And then passes it over to the scene tracker, which checks one off. And now I'm going to pass it back, and I'm going to pass it over to you, because you're in the same room where you've seen all this stuff happen.
Okay, I'm gonna yell out, is there anybody who's left in here? And see if anybody, yes? You're not
Yep.
here.
Yeah, I'm here. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm covered
Yeah.
in smoke.
Now, you
Outside the
fortunately
door.
managed to get, it seems like the bulk of the civilians kind of out. At least
So
of the
we
building
can
or heading
operate.
out. Yeah.
But is there anybody left who's still in danger?
Besides us?
Besides us?
You can hear as well, this
Okay,
shout.
cool.
You can hear
That's
it.
good.
Yeah.
Cool, what
no,
do you-
there are people in here who are
Okay,
hurt.
in that case, I'm going to
Aliens.
I'm going
That's
to
each other, not that
take
person.
a minor
Not the
twist
person.
so that I can use a yellow ability. I want to use accelerated oxidation so that I can, it's one of my Yellow abilities lets me hinder any number of nearby targets using metal and use my max and min die. But if I roll doubles, I have to take a minor twist for that.
Okay, so this is going to be I'm going to have you roll first, and then I'll tell you what the minor twist is.
Because it might be.
Because it's probably going to be driven from the
I'm
roll.
going to get out the special die for this. So this is
It's important.
a D6 with my metal, and we're in fairly close combat, so that seems like the thing to use. And it is another D6. And my max, and here it is. Use my max plus my min, so that's an 8. But I did roll doubles.
Okay.
So that's 2 minor twists.
All right. So what do you describe your action that you're doing, and then I'm going to
So
craft you some minor twists.
this is
of the
a
minor twist of that.
-3 as I start rusting all of their equipment. I just like let a wave of power out that starts rusting their jetpacks, their laser guns.
And which group is that?
It's to all of them.
Oh, to both groups.
It's any number of nearby targets.
Oh, wow. Okay, fantastic.
So each of them has a -3.
and
Is it the motorcycle too?
And if he's still in range for
he's
that,
outside the building, so he's not in range. But
So
that's
if he's
all
not nearby,
of the
then
freaking
no.
minions that are here.
Yeah.
So they all get -3'd?
Yes.
And it's not persistent, but it's like for the next
No,
time
but
they
it's the next time they do. They're just everything they have is
Yeah, okay.
covered in a sheen of rust.
Okay, nice. Okay.
I feel like Trusty Rusty's gonna get worse.
More rusty.
Trusty Rusty used to just be trusty.
I am going to
It's
put,
more or less exempt, kind of.
I'm making 2 cards here that say Rust -3, and I kind of feel like they might come up a few more times over the course of this
Who can tell,
adventure.
honestly.
All right,
But
good.
that's 2 minor twists then. That
Right,
we
so
need to
now you got
have.
some minor twists. So you rolled out there. What is your, what's your min die out there?
My min is a 3.
Okay, good to know, good to know. Hold on, I'm gonna apply some rust as we do. And then,
That's how it
let me think.
Yeah. We'll get a rust lotion.
Why anybody buys Rust-Oleum?
Yeah,
Makes things look
yeah, all right. That's what's gonna happen. So there's a lot of consequences. You're unleashing a huge amount of rust energy, of technology, destroying energy and that kind of stuff in the whole area. And so what that does is first, for all of the, you wind up like hurting your allies a little bit too, because you start to rust them and that like negative, like corrosive energy that goes out. So all of your allies who are in the building here, which at least is the 2 of you.
I have to
But
be
you're-
somewhere near that doorway
Right, so you're
because
near
we
enough
did
too.
the shoes,
So
I
you
had to
all
be able
take
to see 'em.
the min die worth of damage.
Those 3.
Yeah. So that is 1 minor twist.
Do I
That happens.
take that as well?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Yep. And then the other thing that happens is that there is
Some rust flakes in her eyes.
there's some amount of damage that gets done to the various machinery that's kind of around here as well. And so there starts to be sparks and smoke that come out of things, and nothing is really like dire, like it's going to explode or anything like that. But there's a lot more kind of stuff going on, like there's everything kind of breaking and starting to fall apart all around you in the environment as well.
So Caroline brought us here to break all of her equipment, right? That was the original
I'm
plan.
curious what happened in previous issues.
Yeah.
It made her think this was a good idea.
Bring the people
Sambar
who
has
break stuff.
given a +1 to hourly rage to turn this into a much more brutal knife wrench fight.
Knife wrench fight.
Yes.
I'm just gonna take the knife to the
you
end of
have
it.
Just duct tape it
awesome.
on.
I mean, if you want duct tape and you want a pocket knife, I'll hook you up. There's been various workers around setting stuff up.
Yeah.
So you let me know.
I think for right now, we're just gonna make everything more brutal. But
Yeah.
I'm going to bolt off towards Steven to try and help the people who are still needing help.
Right.
And I will pass it off to Steven.
Cool. So
So you've seen a ton of things
Yeah,
happen.
I've seen a ton of things
So
happen.
you're like, wow, there's sure some people injured in
there-
here, and then
yeah.
ridiculous nonsense happened forever since then.
yeah. So I think, from my perspective, the second rocket laser squad, the one I can see,
Yeah.
seems like a bigger immediate threat, because I also can't heal people. Don't know first aid. or
Right. Yeah.
anything.
Now you do know that the
From
people
these
who are
weird
in there
humans.
are still probably in danger from the damaged building.
They're in
and the
danger from the
surround as
building
well.
still?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So then, in that case, I'm going to use a Principle of the Bubbles to overcome the person who's pinned under the stage.
Okay.
I'm going to just kind of like inflate a bubble, like around him.
Totally.
And lift all the things off and just pull him out.
Absolutely. Totally doable. So, Mitch, make me an overcome.
So
Tell me how you do it.
I have to use bubbles to
Yep.
do it. And I'm going to use creativity, I guess, to do that.
Yeah.
And then it's green status still, so...
For now.
Yep. So we go, we've got a 10, a 4, and a 6, and so I get my max, so...
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Whoa.
Succeeds completely.
Whoa. Okay. So completely. Now what you just did is you just made a bubble. Like you did exactly what you said. You made the bubble around, and then the entire just this like floating bubble with an injured but definitely alive human. Boom, gets pulled out. And as you do this, you notice like there's now fire trucks and ambulances and everything have just arrived outside. And so now this person is now like in stasis. In fact, this is one of the best ways to take someone who had maybe had a traumatic injury out of some places in a bubble. Yeah. Because then you're not going to have weird traumatic jarrings. Right. So, perfect. Yep. All right, who's going to go next?
Let's see. Who has gone? Who's left?
I'm the only one left.
You're the only one left?
No.
Oh.
The two of you, right?
What? I was putting up my hand to go.
Yeah.
That's to say that I had just went.
Oh, you just went. Okay.
But nobody else did that, so then I felt foolish.
That's all right.
Okay,
I
so...
started this off.
Yes, that's right. And you went boom, boom,
So then
boom.
I passed to Matt.
Okay.
All right.
So we have a couple of options here, and I'm gonna let my teammates help me decide here. Do you want me to keep beating these boys up, because that seems like fun, but also I could take a minor to go into the red now and just take control of one of them, and they work for me now.
Oh.
Like, I could take a minor twist and just go, dire control.
I'm sad that Briefcase Ninja guy's not there.
Yeah, right. This was part of the reason I wanted to get to yellow, was because then I can also bump down.
Yeah.
Or I can hinder just all of them. Or I can beat one of them up super, super bad and then possibly heal myself also. You tell me. What is most important for you?
You don't want to be healed, right? You like being in yellow
right,
and
I
red.
want to use as many of my things as possible because it's fun.
I mean,
But you can't beat up more than one of them. Is that true?
No, I can beat one of them up, and
So
if I kill him...
Everyone should always remember that you can take risky actions, since you like having twists so often, right? Like,
It's our
if you ever are like, man, I sure wish I had an extra minor twist that I could squeeze into this one turn, you can take a risky action, which, for any of your basic actions, not your abilities, and then you can do things like the attack is more powerful, or it can hit an extra target, or whatever. Like, you can make that kind of stuff happen.
I don't necessarily think this is the time to use it. Do you have any means of boosting us?
I do. I have Galvanize.
Okay.
It's called Play the Hits.
Nice. So you can stand someone.
Listen, all of this is so that I can make up names for things. Are you kidding me? That's why I'm on the stream.
So that's I'd either say that could be super useful, just because we're rolling not great.
Right, but I'm also not rolling great because
Yeah,
I actually
and-
have a -2. But it'll be on
right.
all attack and overcome actions until the start of my next turn. Everything that's
Yeah.
important for you to do.
That being said, and since you are like coughing up smoke right now, I'd say whacking somebody with Trusty Rusty or doing something like that is probably a pretty
Unfortunately, I will have to do it with just my punches.
oh no, your giant superpowered
Which
punches.
is actually, it's like it's a bigger die, but I don't get to use the max die, so whatever.
Yeah.
It's fine. So it's a D8, a D8, and a D8.
And don't you have a boost? Can you use your boost?
Yeah, I'm going to use my boost because I'm at a
Yeah.
-2, so I'm just at a -1 now.
Right. Okay. And this is this
Who is
attacking?
that from, by the way? I want to thank you.
Yeah. So what are you doing that's making you better? They got it. Leave for me.
Right. Yeah, no.
Craft a tail.
Knife wrench?
I grope around in the smoke, and I find a knife, and some duct tape,
Sure.
some zip ties. And I have like all the time in the world to just really quick also attach a knife to
Well,
the
I
end
think
of
that
this pipe
hourly
wrench.
rage, in part of your skill set, would be very quickly duct taping things to other things.
I mean,
Right.
sure.
Like that's on brand.
You're
Yeah.
like,
I feel.
I'm between solos. I need to fix this right now. Yeah. So I think a knife wrench fight is what's going to happen right now. And I like that it isn't. I have a knife in one hand and a wrench in the other.
No, they're both.
I have one thing.
It's a knife wrench. And you're taking
all-
one of them?
I'm going to attack the 4.
Oh,
Note
okay.
to self,
Because he's flying above me, but I'm just going
hourly
to try to.
rage about what a
Yeah.
hero does,
So now, just to let you know,
which is not knife people. That's just not a power.
I'm more using it like a pick. I'm trying to pull him out of the air. He's flying up making smoke. He's the source of my smoke. This is the problem here.
So
Okay, I totally buy that explanation.
I'm totally gonna knife this guy. I think he can hear me. What's up?
So, for starting with this stream, there's one rules change from the starter kit to the published, that not quite yet published core rulebook, which is that D4 minions don't automatically die when you attack them.
That's fine.
They get a chance to, they turn into basically D4 lieutenants at the end as their last stand. So normally when you attack a minion, it degrades. If it fails the save, it just is gone. Once they're a D4, if it succeeds at the save, it's still around. If it fails the save, it's gone.
I'm hoping
Right.
that
No,
I'm
which is great.
gonna roll more than a 4 or then
a great thing to use your boost on.
So if it fails my save.
If it fails its save
dies.
against that,
it
it
actually
just dies.
dies.
Yeah, totally.
I still want to kill a thing. And that's the most killable of them.
Knock it unconscious.
It didn't
Up
work
to
out
you tell me.
great.
No, it really didn't.
2. It could still work.
No, so you got a 2 there, so that's -1 net, right?
Well, oh right, yeah, it's 1. It's a 1.
It's a 1.
So it's fine.
So-
everything's fine.
It survives.
It sure does.
Oh my.
Now you're getting full of rage.
I'm
Yeah.
so full of
Cowardly
rage. It's fine. I have so many hit points. Well, I have all these hit points if I'm not going to use them.
All right, who are you going to pass it to?
All right, so it's top of the order, huh?
Yeah, and it can be anyone.
Pass it to the environment.
Well, unless you can get in a bunch of actions before you let the.
Minions have -3, so they should still roll.
That's true.
Oh, that's true.
That is true because
That's a good point.
that is
Ooh,
true.
hold
That
on,
is
this
true.
might get crit.
Right. Okay. So
If it rolls a 4.
yeah, rolls a 4, then it's all right. But otherwise, it does die. You're right. And it
And
rolled
it
a
does.
2, so it does die. Thank you.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, there we
no, that
go.
is fantastic.
So I got a 3, a 2, and a 1. So you can tell me how this works because I
Yeah.
still have a -1.
So I'm going to
I have
keep
a
track of which
-2
ones still have the hinder. By the way, I'm keeping track of which ones still have the hinder by putting them over here. This is a really good hinder. Like, it's ridiculously good. So I'm going to keep them on the hinder card and then move them off of it once they've gotten rid of their individual hinder. So any that are down here don't have the hinder anymore. If that going to
So-
communicate my visual,
Yeah.
like keeping
That
track
sounds
of
good.
it.
Just as a bit of a metagamey thing, like normally I just use the max die on this, but I talked with Paul and he allowed me to beef it up a little bit by letting me add the min die, but the
But
roll
then
doubles
give
with the
you your
twist.
twists all the time.
Nice.
So yeah. So
Yeah,
now you have
so-
a twist generating thing and it's kind of swinging your
Yeah.
An example of when you
Yeah.
hash things out with the DM to make things a
Exactly.
little more
If you get a
interesting.
funny, like interesting kind of thing for your character. So.
So I have a reaction.
All right.
When I eliminate a minion using with an attack using strength, I recover health equal to my min die, which was a 1.
Okay.
And I have a -1, so I don't. Right?
Well, except that -1 only applies once.
Oh.
And it applied to the attack, and you
Okay.
used it. So now it's gone,
So
and
it's
you can
gone.
like tear that up, and you also you still have the knife on your wrench, but it's not giving you a +1 anymore either.
Oh yeah. The knife wrench is fine.
But yeah, you gain 1.
I get a hit point. I just want to use as many of my abilities as
Absolutely.
possible.
No, that's-
that one's called Encore.
Nice. You have to tell us them because you renamed all of them.
Yes, I did. It's
Anyone who
strength and
renames
victory.
things.
I actually did I did a parenthetical for each one so that I could reference it later if I
Oh, right.
wrote a thing down wrong.
Fantastic. Okay, so
So who do we want to? So
who wants
I
to start this?
successfully eliminated one guy in 2 turns. The thing I'm kind of good at. So I think I want to pass it over to them or no? Do you
Well,
want
no,
to? Do you
I mean-
want
But the
to?
problem
I can
passing it-
attack all of them if I take a minor twist.
The thing
Oh,
about
then
passing it over to them is that we're just kind of letting Briefcase Rocket Ninja Man
But I
now
don't-
on a motorcycle with cinderblock feet just get further and further away.
Yeah, that's
Very
true.
slowly. He's probably falling off his motorcycle a few
It's
times,
hilarious.
but I don't know.
Can't change gears.
Yeah.
Like what I imagine is he's like, I gotta get these cinder blocks off my feet, so he's just dragging them on the floor,
Trying to
on the
wear
ground,
them
and
down.
it's awful. Got really dark. Anyway,
So I don't know if we're worried about him
all right, so
getting away.
I think Jodie is probably the best equipped to deal with all these folks.
Okay.
I think you're probably best equipped to deal with. You're the closest to Motorcycle Guy,
Yeah.
and you're the best equipped to deal with Motorcycle Guy, probably.
I can handle
But you're.
most
I mean, I
of
can
his
fly. I don't know if I can get
sort of
to him, and
depends.
I don't know what he looks like. Although he looks like he has cinderblock shoes.
And is on a motorcycle
Right.
and shaped like a briefcase. That's canon.
It's totally true.
It's just like
There's a
little
reason
skateboard
why.
wheels.
There's a reason why his name is Briefcase Ninja Man, and he has a motorcycle briefcase. It's great. Yeah.
It doesn't expand into a motorcycle. It is a briefcase. It is also a motorcycle.
So Adam and I, when we were doing the GM prep, we're talking about him as though he were a Mega Man villain.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh right. He definitely.
And what
is.
was there was a Mega Man villain that the power, the motorcycle briefcase power, is the special weapon you get from this guy, and then that works.
Use him against Open Road Man.
That's right, Open Road Man.
Yeah.
That's who is weak against the.
Yeah.
I mean,
Briefcase
I'd
motorcycle.
say Jenn or Jodie are the best choices. Just to deal with
I
one
always
or the
pass the
other
Jenn on
of
a
the
pass to
threats.
Jodie.
Okay.
I like that.
So I'm probably going to attack these folk unless you really
Nice.
want me to chase after.
Yeah, because you're
I
right
don't get to
here.
dictate
Yeah.
what you do.
This
I'm real close
Now
to
you're-
So
you're
I'm
initiated.
going to take a minor twist to use my ability Burst Your Bubble.
Okay. Tell me about this ability.
It lets me attack multiple targets using bubbles, using my mid die against each, and I take damage equal to my max die.
Okay, cool.
And so what's going to happen is I'm going to make a big bubble, I'm going to send it over to them, it's just going to pop.
Okay.
We're all going to get hurt.
Yeah, and in fact,
Their neighbor said both.
you're right that you're all going to get hurt, because specifically you're going to also damage all of your friends with your min die.
Oh, okay.
That's going to be your twist
That's my minor twist.
on there, right?
Okay.
I am very specifically not in this room.
Right.
Am I still going to get hit?
Which room are you in?
I'm in the room with the auditorium where there's the wounded person.
Oh, that's true?
I'm
I
in the
very
auditorium.
specifically
Then
said I
you're
was
fine.
going to.
You did, yes.
I'm
Well, yeah, but you're going
I'm
to
in the
move into the
auditorium.
other room.
But you're coming out of the auditorium in
Okay.
order to get them.
Okay, yeah,
Right,
I thought
yeah.
So you're going to hit
from
me,
the
and
auditorium.
I'm fine with
That's,
that.
that's,
Yeah,
that's
Because I'm
great.
actually kind of
All
into
right.
it.
So I have to use bubbles.
Stop it.
It's probably gonna hit me, right?
I don't know.
Because you're right out by that.
I
She's
was
by the
able
front
to.
door.
Yeah, I'm like right outside the. I was able to see.
And because
Briefcase
you're out
Ninja
there
Man
enough that you
before
can, because there's a
he
hole in the, like, you're very close to this
Mm-hmm.
glass wall where there's a hole, and you're able to see in and interact in there.
Yeah.
So you're effectively in the same sort of space.
Yeah.
So, like, there's this, like, mainly this gallery space that includes, like, the boardwalk outside of it.
Yeah.
And they're now one space, essentially, because of this hole in the wall.
Yeah.
So that's one space. The auditorium's another space. Then out the front door on the street is another space. So that's kind of how
Okay,
I'm
so
thinking
will
about
I
it.
get hit by?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, and I'm going to use bubbles because I have to. And I'm going
Uh-huh.
to use creativity because, I don't know, I'm exploding a bubble for damage
Okay.
reasons.
Yep.
And I use my status die, which is D6.
All right.
So throw them out there. And my mid die is a 4.
Yep.
And so they all have a -3 against that. Right?
Yes, they do. So they have to roll. Okay, they've got to roll a 4. Ooh, geez. Okay.
They can't.
They can't possibly save. That is true. Because they all have -3s and they have to roll a 4. And even if they all roll 6s, that will be 3s.
So now they're all D4.
So now they're all D4s. So that was really good.
Okay.
Nice.
Super
So they
good.
don't have this anymore. I'm going to keep the -3 rust. But now
Wait,
you just
when
Wait.
When I hit them, they go down?
Well, if they, yes, because they're minions. So, well, but they have to save because they might
Yeah,
just be
because
destroyed.
they might just die outright.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we still want to roll it.
Yeah.
Here we go. So any of them that,
Here, move my dice.
no, in fact, but they can't save. They all
can't
die.
save, right.
They're
That's
just
the whole
gone.
thing.
They're just gone.
Yeah.
All right. Yes.
And then I
That's why we
take
don't have to.
a 5
All right.
for my damage. And then everyone who takes damage, I don't know
It's-
who that
it's
was
the-
ultimately,
the
is,
mid.
takes a 3.
Definitely be me.
3, yeah. So 3, 2, just the 2 of them. Yeah. And because you're taking more. How many are you taking?
I'm taking 5.
Okay, cool. And actually, you're going to take the 3 as well because you're in
Okay.
the same space. So you're going to take a total of 8. It's quite a lot.
Just watching Jodie panic doing really basic math.
I had done the math, and he's like, here's another number.
You were like,
I done
-3.
what?
I was writing the number, and he added more damage.
Yeah, it's the new number. -3.
Right.
Numbers are hard.
Okay.
Great. I'm in the yellow zone
Sure.
now, which is great.
Congratulations.
Great.
All right.
All right, and who I'm going to pass it to? Probably
Huh? Not me.
not you.
Either one of us.
Probably pass it to Jenn.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. So we've got briefcase, rocket, ninja, cinder block,
Yep.
man,
Cedar.
cedar block.
Smells great. Smells like a
Can't
hamster
move,
cage.
but smells good. All right. So tell me exactly where he's gotten to at this point.
So, driven down the street, you can vaguely see. Oh, he's down the street.
He's like a
on his
little bit down the
motorcycle.
street now.
Yeah.
Okay. So just to clarify, my creative block, it says that penalty is exclusive and persistent. I want to make sure we clarify this one correctly. So I can use that again as long as it's a different thing hindering him, or
No, so he
he's
can't
done
have
being
two
hindered
exclusive.
from this power.
Correct.
Yep,
Done being
okay.
hindered by that power. So can't have two exclusive ones. You could hinder him again
Mm-hmm.
with and a non-exclusive would stack with it and then be gone. But the persistent one stays and it's exclusive, so it can't stack with other exclusives.
Does exclusive also mean that she couldn't do that to, like, could she only have one of those out at a time?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm just
Yeah.
curious.
No,
from a
like
rules
she could do it
perspective.
to someone else.
Someone else, just
Gotcha.
not to
Yeah.
him.
But each target only gets
Correct.
one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so I need to do something to stop and or slow him down even more.
Right.
So I could use my principle of great power. Oh, I don't think that's gonna work right in this situation. Okay. I don't know that I'm gonna specifically be able to use one of my abilities, so I think I'm just gonna pull from my pool up here instead.
Yeah, just
Yeah. Okay, so he's got cinder blocks on his feet. He's on a motorcycle. I am going to, do you want me to just put up a wall and just stop him? Or do we want to see where he's headed? Outside game conversation, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, knowing where, like, I don't know that we're going to
Think
catch
we
him.
can tail him or put a tracker of some
Right,
kind
because
on
he's
him? I
gotten
think that would
pretty
be
far
ideal,
away
but
at this point.
Right. I
Yeah,
think the only one that's going to be able to keep up with him is possibly Jodie.
because she can fly.
Unless we get a
Yeah.
Are there more briefcases around? Is there like
not
a
that you
bunch
see.
of-
Not that you
There
see.
are rocket packs. I'm
Well,
not
Are
going to use one.
Are
rocket
they?
packs.
Because they have -3 rust on them.
Fair.
So
Like,
There are definitely some old rusty rocket packs lying around. That is true.
I mean, I'm gonna take one because it probably looks dope. And you should take one because it goes with your costume.
I'm going to take one just so I can have it.
Right,
Like,
you
tinker
can
with
fix it. It is a joke to us.
Okay, so we want to see, we want to kind of let him go, but we want to see where he's going. Yeah?
I think so.
I think that'd be ideal.
Yeah?
Sure.
send
Okay.
a floating eye after him.
Yeah, so I want to do something so that we can track him then, basically.
Sure. Yeah. This will wind up being rules-wise an overcome action, and you're gonna, I assume, paint create something.
Yeah.
Tell me the tale.
What do I want to create? Because if I make it too obvious, then it's something that he could. Because at first I was like, oh, well, I'll just put like a bunch of like cans off the back of his motorcycle, like when the people get married, and it just makes noise, and we can follow it everywhere it goes. But all he has to do is just like cut the strings,
Everyone's
and then
just
it's
shouting at
gone.
your wife
This
fell
is
off.
way.
Right.
This is way in your thing. Make a can of paint be spilling on his back tire.
Yeah.
So there's just
There's
a
a
like we
paint
can
line everywhere
literally
we need to
follow
go.
a line down the street.
That's perfect. All right.
Sure, you can do
So
that.
I'm
I
just
like
gonna
that.
craft
It's an endless paintbrush. Just
right. Yep, that's what I was thinking.
Infinity
Instead of
paint on the tire.
Yep. So there's this giant, there's probably a pallet there, and it
There's
just
also
dips, and then it goes on the
definitely
back
up
of
his back.
his tire, and
It's
it's
a
just
rooster tail of paint.
and it's just making this perfect tire tread that
What-
we can
what
follow
color?
along.
yeah, that's exactly what I was going to ask. Why would you ask Jen this? We don't have that much time.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be.
The Pantone sheets.
Yeah, I need to pick a
Same jokes.
specific.
What up? The reason we get along.
No, I think it's gonna be probably green.
All right.
I think because, we want to be able to see it. It's going to be real bright, though, like safety green, like a nice fluorescent, so that we can always see where it's going. And
I was going to be a little bit
bit
obnoxious
reflective.
and ask you to describe the color green, but then you did it anyway. All right, good. Make an overcome.
Yep. Okay. So, all right. Let's see.
Because you don't even know if this is happening. This is the thing you're trying to do.
All right.
And I need another D10.
Well, look,
12.
we're pretty sure we can make it work. It's just how many twists and what kinds of twists are going
Right.
to happen.
Also true.
Every twist is an opportunity.
Well, those are real numbers.
Hey, that went better.
7's your mid.
Holy,
Yep. That went a
Wow.
lot better.
You're really good.
Do you
Rolling
use your
dice
mid
now.
for this, or is this an
Yeah,
ability
no, this is just a
max?
normal overcome.
It's just a regular
Regular
overcome.
overcome.
Right.
Rolled
Yeah.
over 'em, and that
Yeah.
means
Succeeds
action
with the
succeeds
twist.
with a minor twist.
Okay, cool.
Oh no,
So-
it's fuchsia.
That's like puce. It's like just the worst olive,
Like, you really hate it. You're
disgusting
like,
green, and I'm
gross.
just like,
I love that.
Olive.
That's the minor
the
twist.
worst color.
That's the minor twist. It's really hideous.
It's just like It's just actually painting out like paisley. Little
I love it. That is very acceptable as a minor twist to propose to. Yeah.
Cringing inside. I'm like, that
Right, like it really bothers you, and all of us are like, that was really
The rest
quick
of us are following
thinking.
the path, and she's just like,
Oh, it's so ugly. What have I done? The worst.
Can I use your blindfold? It's a mask.
But there are no eye holes.
Part of my power set that those eye holes exist. It's not. It's fine.
Who are you going to pass it to?
I think, yeah.
Unless we want to let the GM go, so we don't have to worry about that.
That's fair.
That would
Well,
be
this
my
group is
inclination.
gone.
Yeah.
That group's gone.
All right.
Yeah,
sure.
let's do that. Okay, yeah.
Perfect. So who do you want to have go first over here? There's Briefcase Ninja Man.
Let's continue
There's
on
this
with
group.
Briefcase, Rocket, Ninja,
All right.
Cedar Block.
Well, all that happens
Puce
there is
green
that
trail.
like he's now out of sight down the road, but there's a trail of really weird puce or whatever. Yeah.
Terrible.
And Paisley Puce, and which is a really good name for like a villain or something like that.
No,
Bring that up
you
later.
really want to annoy Jen.
And then
And her,
I think, yeah, we found the nemesis for the concept artist.
yeah.
and then pass it on to this team over here.
You're writing notes.
And
It's a fashion designer that
right.
just went terribly
I feel like
Right.
that character is getting. Oh my god, that's so good. Just there's stripes in every direction.
Right. Make all the worst
so now you've been surrounded by this group of formerly 5, but you knife wrenched one of them out of the
Yeah.
sky, and so the other 4 are just gonna shoot at you with their laser gun.
Sure.
Because you're standing right there, and they're gonna continue to generate smoke and be gross. But they've got -3s on all these attacks.
I really
Come
like
at
the
me.
thought
So,
that
whoa.
I'm really glad they have -3s.
There's like
They deal
laser
you
guns
6
shooting in
damage.
the air. It just looks like a mini rave is going on around him.
But now that rust is gone, so they're back. And finally, what's going to happen is that the scene tracker is going to go, and you're going to move into the yellow zone here.
Okay.
But as that happens as well, as they're shooting at you, they're flying around and shooting a little bit, starts to disperse some of the smoke and the water from the sprinkler system that's around in your area. And you notice that those of them who were in fact working under that engine bell quite a while ago, they've left something there that's kind of like a box that's blinking.
Oh, good.
So
Forgot your
now
alarm.
I'm going to
What's
pass it
going
on over here to you.
Okay. Well, I don't know about that because I was very explicitly not in the room. I need a radio of some kind. This is just the worst.
Need a
breaking
non-technology radio.
I really like the
you need
radio-free
a can with a
with a
really
long
long string.
Well, there are civilians in
We just need
danger
a
in
megaphone
here.
we can yell
I'm
at
going to
them
go
with.
see what I can do about that.
Absolutely. And there are, and there's a bunch of them
It comes into
over there. Yeah.
existence. Does it count as technology?
All right.
All right.
So what's up with them?
So what happened was they were a crew
That's a
that were working on
realistic
hooking up some like wires and AV stuff up kind of near the ceiling on a very tall ladder. It's in
Or
an
is it
auditorium
real
that
enough?
happened there. And as the explosion happened, they got pinned underneath a ladder and
Until we need to
underneath the
change
ladder
the
and some
later
falling rubble and things like that over in a corner where there's a lot of
Awesome.
unstable
not awesome, but,
stuff around there and stuff like that. So that's the situation. So they're in danger. Like there were 2 people in danger, very critically hurt and pinned and in danger of future potential problems.
Alrighty.
Future major twists
I can
that could hurt them.
use my metal to rust away the ladders, and
Sure.
I can use Scavenger Bot to start dragging them out.
Perfect. I love it.
Not going to be the most pleasant experience for them, but you know.
But then they won't get crushed by
No,
falling
we definitely
debris.
don't-
Scavenger Bot has to use it there.
We definitely don't knife
His
bad guys.
Scavenger
We
bot.
definitely fight good guys.
Not sharp teeth. Use the not.
Yeah. Well,
With
it,
some forks.
Scavenger Bot's got a variety of teeth to use in a variety of
row
ways.
After row of teeth.
And we are now in.
Everyone
the,
comes
there
out
we
with
go.
these bite marks.
All
I'm
right.
like, what is happening?
So,
Use your soft teeth.
using Scavenger Bot and using my leadership to sort of get their cooperation, because I can't do this
Right,
if they're
that's
panicking
true.
and cringing.
Yep.
And then my status is an 8.
You know, you could just like their clothes.
That's what I was like.
Principle of jury rigging is more about technological specific challenges, so I
Right.
don't think I can
This
use it in
doesn't
this
really
one.
work for that.
So this is just a basic overcome.
Yeah.
And the mid on that is a 7. So
Okay.
I will take that minor twist to
Great.
succeed.
Great. So you do that and you pull them all out to safety. And after you pull them all out, as soon as you get the last one of them out, the ceiling of the auditorium completely collapses. And the whole auditorium, all the ceiling falls in, everything is down. And there's like, you can see the sky up there, like it falls in quite dramatically.
Okay.
So,
we're
Open
here
air
to
auditorium.
Now you are at
Dive back into the
Yeah.
fray then.
right now you're at the
Now we're
bottom
in the
of
theater.
the round. So who are you going to pass to?
the
Right.
outdoor amphitheater.
Yeah. It's fine. It's just a little
We have
remodeling.
a local
Concept
band
artist, I would like to
squad.
see what you can do here.
Oh crap.
If you're not ready, I will happily pass it to someone else.
Be ready.
Or I can just
I
can pass to you and just boost everyone,
So,
which is
ooh yeah.
to Matt?
I like that.
To Matt, sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to play the hits. Boost using persuasion, which is a d10. Yes. I'm going to use my powers of suggestion, and we're in yellow. Be better. Yeah, no.
Be better.
No, I'm going to play everyone's favorite song.
Somebody.
Yep.
I knew you were going.
Those are
Those are numbers.
So this is a boost. So
Yes,
it's a
it is.
3. Everyone has a +1 on all attack and overcome actions until my next turn. So now I want to go last next round.
Yeah.
Like I want everybody to get
Is this
2.
persistent?
This is galvanize.
Yeah. So it's a
this is-
persistent mod.
It says apply to all hero attacks and overcome actions
Wow.
until your
Okay.
next
Yeah.
turn.
So like that's amazing. Yeah.
Yep.
I love it.
That's why I made a modification wave, which is my it's
Right.
you have to choose that as a boost or hinder. I was like, well, I have galvanize.
Right,
I
yeah.
don't need another
Right.
boost.
Right.
I need this one.
I like it.
So I'm not entirely sure what our plan is at this moment.
Don't know
We
either.
We saved all the civilians? Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
That we're
definitely
there?
getting shot with lasers.
I want to see what the blinking
Rocket
box
guys.
is. I could probably figure that one out.
We have a blinking box.
Yeah, we do. We have a
some
blinking
lasers
box.
pointed
We've got
at my face.
lasers. Everything's fine.
It's just like some LEDs.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's just like a ray. Like
Yeah.
it's the background lasers for your rock
the
show.
internet.
It's
Our black box, the red light.
um.
The internet.
Oh,
None of you've
I'm
seen
real
it.
nervous about this box, but I
You've never seen it.
don't
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Well,
I
why
don't
aren't you
want
laughing at my hilarious joke?
mishap anywhere near it. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? I'm just gonna help you with laser, rocket laser squad.
Yeah, I don't think your illusion's going to work on that thing that's
Like
definitely
I
a bomb.
don't right.
Like,
I mean, I can paint something
You
around it, but you
convince-
could also put bubbles around it if we really get dire. Just maybe don't let mishap near it anytime soon.
No.
Or maybe do.
I can make that work.
Okay.
yeah, that's actually kind of fine too.
All right. That's we already
It'll
blew the
definitely
roof
blow
off,
up,
so
but
like
I'm pretty sure I can keep it from blowing up right now.
okay. Well, that's. I mean, there's no roof anymore,
Really
so
need to raise the roof. Come on.
Really?
you can't. It's gone.
Of course. Have you met me?
All right. I'm gonna help you out with
Did you make a dumb joke?
rocket
Yes.
rocket
Yes,
laser
yes.
squad.
All right. Tell for me.
So they are surrounding him. They're all
Yeah, they're
just,
basically
like,
all kind of
shooting
like
at him,
yeah, shooting
like,
at him,
where
kind
are
of
we at
all
here?
surrounding him. Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of charged into the midst and knife wrenched one of them and wrench knifed. Knife wrench.
Knife wrench one of the two. Okay. So I am going to paint.
I like the idea of a wrench knife being like you're holding it by the knife handle and there's a wrench duct taped to the knife.
Yeah. Well, that's
I
exactly
built it all wrong.
right.
That's
no,
your gig.
but that's what I just want to paint a giant version of his wrench knife.
Oh, nice.
That's
Yes.
just massive, like 4 foot, 5 foot wrench knife in the air. It definitely looks very much like Trusty Rusty, like pretty much everything that's going on there.
Faithful recreation, except for the size.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm going to draw a giant one of those to then attack the rocket laser squad with my +1 from your.
Yeah.
Very nice. so
Okay,
it's going to
cool.
tap one of them.
Well, we're in yellow, right?
Here we are.
Oh, I don't think I get that until.
I don't know what that does. Just
No. Yeah, I could use brainstorm.
Oh.
Tell me
Attack
about it.
using
I was just reading your things.
attack using
Sounds great.
illusions. You may hit one target using your min die, another target using your mid die, and boost using your max die.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
So I'd
Seems
like to
good.
use
That's
that.
really good.
Yep.
Yeah. And you get pluses to all those attacks, right?
Yeah, because I've got the +1 from.
Right.
And you're boosting. It doesn't boost this attack boost.
Right.
It'll
you can
boost-
boost yourself or someone else. You can choose who you're boosting and how you're boosting.
Yeah.
But it has to happen in that order.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm using illusions, so that's a D10. Creativity for sure. So another D10, and we're in yellow, so it's
Yes, we
gonna be D8. Why can't I find any of that? Yeah. This is a very dramatic 1. So 1, 4, and 8. So let's see here. Okay, I hit one target using my min, so I hit 1 for 1 plus my boost of 2.
Yeah,
right?
so 2.
Another target using your mid, and boost using your max die. So do I apply that boost to?
No, you boost then yourself or someone or
Someone
one of your
later,
allies
right?
later.
At the end.
Yep,
Yeah, so
yep.
first
Yeah,
we're
you
going
do
to
it
save
in
in
that
order.
order.
So it's first,
Yep.
we got to save against a 2,
Yep.
right? Which they do, but then degrade to a d4.
Okay.
Then another one has to save against
My
a.
mid, which
Your mid,
is a
which is a
4,
4,
plus
which is a
1,
five.
which is a 5.
All right, so they got to roll a 5 or a 6, but they don't,
they
so they're gone.
Okay. And then I boost
Nice.
using my max, which is an 8.
Just
So that's
a
a
great
plus
boost.
3.
Wow, who are you going to give a +3 to? And what is it? Describe that. +3.
I mean, I guess that really matters on who it is.
I mean, because I can
Whoever's
boost
gonna
you
deal
so
with
that
the
we.
bomb.
Yeah.
I mean,
are you
like,
really
I've
going to do?
actually got,
We're also
like,
assuming
being
it's
able
a
to take
bomb.
care of
You're definitely
technological
just being very
challenges
presumptive.
It's
for a
kinda your
while.
jam.
That's exactly what I can do.
Yeah.
know what you
Okay,
mean.
so I
I'm
will
gonna
give the
mitigate here, and
boost
then
to
Paul
you for
lights
when
a
you
bomb.
deal with this blinking box that's clearly not a bomb.
Explosion.
And so you'll get a boost of 3.
There's a blinking box.
Sweet.
There's a bunch of like
What
road
are you
flares
giving
or
me?
hot dogs or something. I don't know. That's
I'm gonna give
Six of
you.
Totally.
Let's see. Let's paint you. I'm trying to think of something protective just in case it goes off. Well, no, because you want to like diffuse it or deal with it in some way, shape, or form, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Toolbox?
gonna. Yeah. So I was gonna say I'm gonna paint you basically a toolbox
Infinite
or
toolbox.
yeah, basically give you some tools that you can use for. There's stuff in there to cut wires.
Sweet.
There's everything that you might need to work on this totally not a blinking bomb. Toolbox might or might not say
Most
Acme on the
definitely not a
side.
bomb. Very specifically not
Yeah,
a bomb.
and it's a very nice toolbox. It's like shiny and red. It's got a real nice handle on it.
to break for a moment, Jen and I had a little side discussion. Do her illusions become real, or are they real enough but still illusions?
You tell me?
So I was saying they're real enough but still illusions. So for example, like if I drew like a car, it doesn't technically have all the bits and pieces of a car, but
just
it's
works like a
there
car.
and it functions, but it's real enough that someone could like dent it or whatever.
Sure.
But it's not like Juno could go in and be like, I will take this part of the engine and use it for something.
Right, just
else.
clearly a
It's
car.
So our
just
idea was
real
she's going to
enough.
paint him a radio.
Right,
Or
it
a
is
radio
real enough.
that
so
isn't
he
technology,
can't,
and we're going to work around
break
this.
it because it's not technically
That would be
technology.
great.
It's
That
just an
actually is
illusion.
beautiful. That works really well.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Well, it's almost like we're a team. Let's screw this up.
no, this is working.
Nah. Make whatever roll you're going to make to ruin this.
All right. And that's it for my boost from him, right?
Yeah.
No.
No?
No,
Oh,
no,
it's the
no.
end of your
Around
next
until-
turn.
Until the end of my
Yeah,
next
yeah.
turn.
No, it stays
I
around.
went first this round and last next
1
round.
million
So
years.
good.
I can boost and defend someone. And if somebody's going to mess with a bomb, maybe
me.
that's a good idea.
It might also
It
be
might-
you, but
Unless you want to defend him against. It's fine.
I mean, if I'm gonna do stuff with the rocket laser squad, I'm just gonna explode another bubble at them because that worked really well last time.
yeah, it worked great.
Like maybe
They don't
this
have the
time,
negative
but-
3 anymore,
Yeah,
but there's a lot less of
but-
them also, so
Yeah.
whatever.
Or you can do the bomb, whichever you want to do.
Okay, am I up or?
Yeah,
Okay,
let's go
cool.
to you.
Yeah, I think I am gonna burst their bubble. So it'll be D10, and I don't know, alertness, I suppose, for judging a scene. And we're in yellow, but that's still a D6 for me.
Oh, sorry.
And here we go. Let's see, 8, 1, and 2. So they get my mid dice. They all have a 2, or they're attacked with a 2.
Okay.
And
Plus
I-
1.
Plus 1.
That's
Right.
me.
Yep. And then I'm attacked with a max die.
Oh! Oh, geez.
Ouch.
Right.
+1.
So they can roll against my
Right.
2, my 3.
Your
rather.
So I'm going to try something.
So this one saves and sticks
Okay.
around. This one saves and degrades. This one just dies.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cool.
So she takes damage. Are you in yellow now? So I don't
I'm
know.
in red now.
Oh, well,
Well, right
before
now
that
I'm in
you were
yellow.
in yellow. Cool.
Yes.
When another hero in yellow or red would take damage, I can redirect it to me and defend with vitality.
Oh!
Can I do that if she's the one attacking her?
Read your ability.
When another hero in red or yellow or red would take damage, you may
I would say
redirect that.
Like
because
what?
it's mystic
Almost
What
redirection.
happens is I
Yeah.
make like a big 6-foot bubble and just
Right.
float it over and then pop.
It says would take
So
damage.
I'm going
though,
to
absolutely.
jump in front of you with stage dive, and I just roll the vitality,
Right.
right? So, and this is
It's 9 damage.
damage.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of damage.
So it's 5 damage
Right.
now.
Yeah.
So that's way better than 9 damage.
Okay, and you take all that, or I take some of that?
No, I
think
take
he
it.
takes
Okay,
I
Yeah,
take
yeah.
all of it. I just get to defend against it.
Right.
great.
I'm in the red. That's fine.
Yeah,
That's what
I
you
do
wanted,
better at that
right?
also. So
That's fine. Now I get to roll d12s. What are you talking about? This is awesome.
All right, who's going next?
I'm going to pass it off to, I think, Mishap's turn, right?
I think Mishap is last.
Or-
Did the rocket team go?
Rocket Laser Squad hasn't gone.
Correct.
Right.
Do we want them to go?
But
No,
if
because they might pass
they
it off to the
go-
bomb.
Yeah. Is the blinky bomb?
I think we want to deal with the bomb and let them have their 2 turns in a row.
Okay, let's do that.
Well, the
Okay.
bomb's going to get 2 turns in a row too if you do that.
Assuming
Which
that I
means it
don't
can
do
arm,
Right.
That is
but
true.
it could arm
But we
it.
can also disarm the bomb right now,
All right.
which it maybe.
in theory.
Oh,
Hopefully.
also you said the bomb, so
All right, so yeah, I'm
Or
going
it was
to
right.
get over there. I mean, I
Yeah.
see it. I'm hearing
Right.
them say, that thing is clearly not a bomb.
Clearly not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's a bomb. And what I would like to do is I would like to use my electricity to sort of make sure that the power doesn't spike and make sure
Right.
everything stays stable while I attempt to defuse
Yeah.
this. Dauntless, so that I'm not like nervous or making mistakes or anything.
Right.
And my status die is a D8, and I will use Principle of Jury Rigging, and just try and get this thing to stop ticking down, or exploding, or whatever it's about to do.
Sure.
And make it harmless, at least
All right.
for a while.
don't forget your toolbox.
Yep.
Yeah, I have a toolbox, and I need another D8, please. Ah, there's one. I found one. All right, and I can use my max die on this, which is a 6, but I also get +1 from
Galvanize.
Galvanize,
Yeah, so
and then I get
seven.
+3, so that is a 10,
So you just succeed.
which is a total success. Yeah.
All right, here's what happens. You manage to totally get it. It is a bomb. You take a look at it.
Shocking.
You take the casing off to kind of figure out how it's working and things like that. And you manage to learn, assess it by looking at it quite quickly. And so what you see is, if you're going to carefully defuse this bomb, it's going to be a bit complicated.
Okay.
So you have here kind of just your quick assessment based on your experiences with technology and stuff like that. It looks like there is a failsafe that is attached to the bomb. And if you trip it and do it wrong, it's a vial of a green gas that's in there. And there's a little hammer that's hooked up right next to there. So you're going to have to disable that so that it doesn't break and release whatever that green gas could be. And then you're going to have to remove that failsafe itself, the actual little glass ball that has that in it. And then you're going to have
The
to
Rock.
remove our entire character. It was The Rock. Right. So then behind that, there's kind of a magnetic seal in front of the actual wires to the detonator. So it's going to be quite a bit of stuff that you're going to have
Okay,
to do.
well, that's fine.
It's a good thing you've got a toolbox.
I had a toolbox. It's
Yeah.
not persistent.
Great.
Right.
But it was a very lovely toolbox that got me this far without
Yes.
blowing anything else up.
Yeah.
Very lovely toolbox.
So, yeah, I will pass it off to, I guess,
The
Environment? Rocket League? Rocket League.
Yeah.
All right. So what the Rocket League is going to do here is they are going to go along and just turn on their jetpacks at full steam and try to hinder as much as they can you from stop making that bomb get fixed. And so the first one is going to roll. Is going to get a 3, which I believe is a -1, right?
Yes, it is.
You're doing hinder?
Yeah.
Yeah, -1.
And the next one is a 2, which I think is another minus.
-1.
Also, my
So 2 -1 hinder. So you're going to have a -2 from there, just the smoke and the kind of caustic rocket chemicals and stuff that are around.
Unnamed Rock would like to remind you about Walrus.
Oh, walrus.
Yes.
Oh, yes, that's true. That's going to come up. That's coming up later. Like that joke, I remember all the time.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite jokes. Yeah, it's queued up. I gave them a little spoiler in GM prep about a joke that I would inevitably say
Oh,
over the course of this stream.
right. But that's not necessarily this session.
No, it's definitely a session.
Oh, it is.
All right,
Oh,
so
no.
so here we are. And so then it's going to go back to the scene tracker, which is going to advance 1.
What's this about?
And then the scene tracker is going to kick it back to the Rocket Laser Squad, who is going to shoot at you now with their rocket lasers.
They can go right ahead.
Right. And they're both they're going to get 6 damage total, a 4 and a 2.
Okay. They're going after you now?
Well, you're trying to mess with the bomb. And in fact, they seem like
Do I want to?
not like specifically. So you're like noticing what they're doing. Like they specifically care a lot about stopping you from blowing up the bomb, or from stopping the bomb from blowing up, and not really about the fact that they're in the same room as a
They're
bomb.
just worried that she's going to explode the bomb.
Right.
Oh no, we haven't gotten out yet.
Right.
At the beginning of this?
But they don't seem concerned about fleeing
So,
at all,
uh,
which is a little bit.
We have a little bit of a thing, right? So,
Yeah.
when another hero in yellow or red, but it didn't specifically say hit points, it does that count as a scene tracker as well for my my stage my redirection. Can I redirect some of that damage even though he was at full health?
I don't think so.
Or she was at full health.
Right.
The character was at full health.
I don't
Okay,
believe so,
that's
because the
fine.
character themselves has to be in that zone.
Sure.
Not
I
the
figured that was
overall scene.
That was
Yeah,
true.
that's my understanding of that.
Okay, so here's my question then.
Yeah.
I've got a hinder with the -2 smoke. Does that now go away and I take extra damage?
No?
So defensive hinders don't work that way on us. They do work that way on minions. Then.
Because you don't save.
And that's
for your
why I'm
damage.
asking.
Yes. Oh, I
That's
see.
fine.
Yes. Right. You don't save, so it doesn't. You just take the damage from. You've got hit points instead of a save.
If
for
it
right.
was saving in any capacity, that would have kicked in. But
Right.
I didn't.
Exactly. Yeah. And then finally,
just fine.
to get done with them going kind of twice in a row, they're going to finally pass it back to the environment, which is going to cross one more off. And now that's going to go, and I will give it right to you.
Okay. I'm going to keep working on this. Like I kind of have to.
Sure. And if you,
You kind of do.
yeah.
So this failsafe, you said it was a little metal hammer.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my control over metal to rust it and just break it off.
Nice. Yeah.
So that's D6.
Without accidentally hitting
Continuing to use Dauntless to
anything
just
important.
not care that I'm working on a
Spawning.
live
Yeah.
bomb that could blow up at any moment.
Don't release the WY
You
gas.
don't get nervous.
You don't want that.
I make other people nervous.
You're stuck in here with me.
Look, you started this.
I did. You did this to you.
And
Those are numbers
that is
are
a 7, which is actually a 7 because I've got +1. Oh, nope, it's a 6 because I've got +1
Okay.
-2.
Okay.
6.
So you succeed with a minor twist.
And I'm fine with that.
Perfect.
It wouldn't matter.
Great.
Yeah,
7 is
gotta
the
keep
threshold,
going.
so that's
Great.
good.
So you're just going to go in there and try to take out this. You take that out. And you go in there and you manage to just get it to go.
Yep.
And as you're doing that, you manage to release a little bit more like smoke and stuff from some of the machinery around you that you damaged before. If you recall with your kind of rust blast.
Yeah.
So you're still like using your powers around that already damaged machinery, which is a little bit rough. And so you're going to get, what is your min die there?
My min is a 1.
Okay, so what's your mid actually?
It is a 2.
Cool. Oh well. Okay. So you're going to have a -1 hinder on you from that.
So -1 for continued smoke.
Yeah, just continued. More smoke comes out. From
More difference.
continuing to do that, but you've disabled this failsafe that's over here. All right, who are you going to pass the round to?
I'm going to pass it off to not you.
I
So
want to go last.
Bubbles,
Well, you can
I
just
could use a
galvanize
hand
that
over
as
here,
possible.
or probably
Yeah.
some bubbles to be
I'm
honest.
going to game the hell
Cool.
out of
I,
galvanize every time I use it.
I build a bubble around myself and fly over there.
Yeah, you can just
and
do that.
yeah, and
I'll just give you a very quick primer on this is the order we need to do these things. This is a glass
like you just
thing
want to
here.
take this,
Get the
this
thing
really
out.
fragile thing out. Yeah.
Yes, without breaking
Cool.
anything.
Yeah. So I'm gonna attempt to do this with bubbles. This
Of course.
is probably not a surprise to you.
I feel like you could have a
Trigger the
sign or
failsafe.
like a shirt that said,
just
"So I'm
have-
going to attempt to do this with bubbles."
Yes.
And that would just be.
We have a red
So we
bubble
do-
store. We can make whatever shirts we want.
Yeah. So definitely that, and I'm going to use technology actually because I'm
Oh,
an alien.
'cause
I've got familiarity with a lot more technology than Earthlings
Right.
do.
And this bomb is technological.
Yeah, I assumed so. And we're in yellow, yes.
Yes, we are.
And I'm in yellow.
Sorry, when I did Principle of the Jury Rigging both of those times, you and each of my allies gain a hero point. Does that only work the first time?
Yes.
Okay, so
Right,
you
yeah.
got a hero point from me.
Yeah, everyone got a hero point. Has anyone else used a principal?
I use
overcome?
principal bubbles,
Right, so that's 2 hero
and
points.
I'm doing it again.
I don't think it's just the first time. I think it's every time you do
Is it every time you do it?
You can just not get more than 5 in a session.
Oh, that's right.
Well, then
That's
I've
right.
used jury rigging twice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Great.
And
feel like I'm taking the
I'm
same
doing my
intro
second one
test.
now.
And you're doing
so-
your second principle of bubbles
Yeah.
right now.
Is this a number 2
are we
pencil? I want to make sure.
So this will be at 4. Yeah, you'll be at 4 hero points.
Because she's about to use
That's
it.
fantastic. Yeah. Remember when you do that. Thank you for the reminder.
Yep, I forgot. So
No,
thanks.
that's fantastic.
So we just have a +1 forever.
No. But
Yeah,
you can
we
use it
have-
between sessions for.
Cool. So I get a 10. I get to use my max for this.
Wow. Okay.
Nice.
And I just
And you have a +1.
I have a +1, so it's an 11.
Sorry. Play the hits.
Play the hits. Yeah. So my favorite Smash I was playing. And
Anyway, here's
now
what
it's down to like, might as well be walking on the
Yeah,
sun.
right. It's been a while. I'm
and
playing very fast.
Yeah, don't delay, act now.
so yeah, I build a bubble around this little fragile vial,
Yeah.
and can I extract it with that as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
great.
Boom. You just remove it. Yeah.
Cool.
Like it perfectly succeeds.
Like the hammer goes, but it doesn't matter.
Well, the hammer's gone
The
too.
hammer's gone too.
So that
Yeah.
wasn't a risk. And so
Right.
now you just like gently like pop it right out. Like you can put it in your front pocket or whatever.
Don't do
Yeah,
that.
no, I think I'm just gonna leave it in a
Eat
bubble
it.
on the ground.
Oh, that makes sense.
It might not be poison to you.
It might
Listen,
not-
I watched this documentary. It was called Signs, where water was. I have a whole theory about this. By the way. I'll tell this camera. Don't you tempt me. Signs is a good movie.
And instead of that, I'm gonna pass to Jen.
They were there for the
Ay,
water.
ay,
I went to a planet that had bullet trees that made bullets. You'd go there and harvest the
I don't want to
bullets.
attack this thing.
Wow.
Right, but it works.
Wow.
All right, what are you doing?
This is
great
great
I
or
just-
crazy. I couldn't. Wow.
I can't really solve this
Did I
thing by
do better for you?
attacking it.
That is definitely true.
So I'm trying to come up with another solution.
Yeah. Very literal.
So we've got the hammer out. We've got
Yeah, and
the
you've got
vial.
2 of these minions
I
around.
blame
Oh,
you.
that's right.
Right.
Okay.
So if you want to,
I'm just
you're
gonna
like,
continue
Good movie.
Yeah.
But I blame
hitting
you.
the
fixes
the
the
minions
bad part
with
of it.
my
Yeah.
The worst
giant,
part of it.
Thank you.
Yeah, just boom.
trusty,
Yeah.
rusty knife
Yeah, trust your friends.
wrench.
You gonna do it again?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Is it bigger this time?
Well, no, because I
Yeah.
have to redraw it to make that happen.
Oh. Okay.
So,
Oh,
Same
that
thing.
stays around. Like-
Yeah.
Okay. No, I was curious.
yeah.
I don't know. I can
Yep. Yep,
Not
stays
your
around until I tell it not to. All right, so I'm just attacking, so I think it's gonna be the same die pool as last time. Yes.
Yeah.
Which one is important?
I can't see any of. They all fell to the side.
It's a 10, a 5, and a 6, and I'm not using any abilities. I'm
Right,
just
oh, okay,
attacking
so a
with
6.
The,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow. Okay, so like they don't.
With a
have,
+1, so it's a 7.
Hey,
yeah,
guess
so they're
what?
just like you
Yeah.
like, boom. There's room one guy. Yeah.
Devastating.
Yeah. Falls out of the sky onto the ground.
Yay.
Poor guy.
All right, so I can definitely take care of this last guy, and everybody else is gone, right?
Correct.
So I can take care of this last guy. I'm not gonna be able to do anything about the bomb. but
Right,
I'm
and
gonna
then if you do, then I won't be able to do the back and forth going twice thing because
Right.
there will only be one thing to pass it to.
Right.
So then you can pass it if that gets gone,
As
then you
you-
pass it there, and I can't pass it back to the environment again.
Right.
I should have brainstormed. Anyway, sorry.
It's fine. No, it's fine. Jen, trust me, it's fine.
Yeah.
I have a plan.
All right. Would you like to
Is it a
execute
cunning
your
plan
plan?
that
now?
can
Yeah,
fail?
dire control.
Yep.
Okay.
Do that thing.
Okay.
Clyde
Yes.
Piper is my minion now.
Okay.
He acts at the start of my turn.
Yep.
That's my turn. That's it.
Oh, that just works.
It just happens.
Select a minion. That
Yep.
minion is now entirely under your control and acts at the start of your turn.
Okay. So
I'm in red, baby.
Go disable this bomb.
You just grab
I
his
wonder if
brain
he's
and,
got the codes.
He starts cheering for you.
all right.
Yeah, like just the
It's just
the
your
dulcet
new-
tones
your
of Smash
roadie.
Mouth. He was just like, "You told me." It wasn't just somebody.
Yeah.
I might as well be walking on the sun.
And then he goes and walks on the side. I don't know how he got there. Poor guy. He'll never be the same.
So the environment goes.
I just go, why can't we be friends?
Marks up one more. And then I'm going to pass this on to
No, I have the sharpest tool in the shed.
Bubbles.
What do I like?
There's people coming in and
is there
out,
one
kind of
nearby?
rescuing people.
Never mind.
There's fire
Yeah.
departments kind of going back and forth, in and out. You notice a bunch, like a group of kind of look like soldiers or something like that, with the soldier helmets and bulletproof vests and like automatic rifles that are all like in light blue with UN written on it. So.
What that means?
I don't think
what?
that I'm necessarily super equipped to disable this bomb. So I'm actually going to do my original plan and defend and boost Mishap for this. And so I have to use bubbles to do this.
Yeah.
You have to.
I have to, like actually. And then I'm going to use probably alertness because of like awareness of the fact that I'm not the person to be doing this.
Yeah.
And then my status die, which is a D6 because Matt took a bunch of damage from me. Could have been a D12, Matt. Could have
Oh,
been a
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got a new friend from all that damage.
Cool. And so you're defended with 5. How does defending work?
So how defending works is that the next time that she'd take damage over there, it would be reduced by 5.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And you get a +1 boost.
Ooh, what is the boost? Describe it.
Oh, it's kind of like just a. He's surrounded in bubbles.
Oh,
And
hold on.
so these are just more he can reach through them and they're tactile, they're sticky, so he's not gonna like drop something when he's
Sure.
Nice.
messing around with
He's
it.
got bubble gloves.
Yeah.
Very handily cancels out the smoke.
And I'm gonna pass to you.
Okay. Going to continue to work on this thing.
All right.
The bomb's gonna go off.
So now you're going to try to
characters next week.
remove the magnetic seal. Or you could go around back and try to remove the magnetic walrus. That's the joke.
I gotta go.
Oh,
I told people it was coming.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
All right. Well, going to use my control over metals since we're dealing with magnetism.
What about your control over walruses?
I don't have control over walruses.
why not?
That's someone else.
Because they're very independent creatures.
Dauntless. And
Paint you a
D8.
walrus.
Horses don't need no man.
Oh, Lord. And max die there is going to be a 5.
I hate you.
And yeah, I will succeed with the twist.
All right, you succeed with the twist here. So as you succeed, you manage to open that final little like area. There's a lot of wires, a lot of different colored wires and stuff right down there underneath the countdown timer, which is getting down. And
It was like removing an ink tag from
it
a piece of
works,
clothing.
everything
Just
is
sprays.
great, but you hear off in the distance rocket launching. And there seems to be rising from the distance, kind of out the windows, way over there, kind of by the river. There's a rocket rising up from the water, flying into the sky.
Rockets.
I'm never gonna follow that paint trail.
It's fine. It's still there. Unfortunately.
Just a paint trail. It's not real paint. It's an illusion. It's
Okay, I will pass it off to.
Ribbon Paisley.
Let's see, it's been. Bubbles went,
Yep.
I went, so
that's
it's one
it.
of you. Do either of you have a specific thing you want to do?
This is like a rocket, like something that is going to do damage, or a rocket like he's
No, like
riding
it's,
away.
yeah, like that second thing.
Okay. I maybe have a plan.
I will give it to you then.
Do you want galvanize first? Because I don't have anything else to do.
I will give it
Oh,
to you because I
sure.
think that's super useful.
Right, like
Yeah.
I don't have anything to do other than be like, oh, my guy does he know the
Might I
codes to
say
just
this
disable this
isn't-
bomb, by the way?
No.
Cool.
This is not
Joe,
a good plan. It's just a plan.
He's gonna,
Follow that trail.
no, he just dies. He disappears at the end of the scene. Yeah, I'm gonna have him, like, just start sweeping up or whatever. He's gonna do something useful.
You could actually have him boost.
Oh, that's true.
That's
Like,
definitely
he just
true.
has a thing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have him boost you.
yeah.
And then I'm also going to boost you.
Right.
So, how, like,
You
what-
roll a
Like
d4.
up on the
Yeah,
ladder,
because he's
or-
just a D4. So that's a 4.
So that's
which
a
is-
plus.
That's a +2. And then I am going to also boost using persuasion, which is a D10. Right? Boost using persuasion. So I'm just rolling this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. I'm removing your dice. There's another 4. So you have a +4.
And the +1 from before is gone now, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, everybody has a +2. You have a +4. Now it is your turn. What song did you want to hear, by the way? Right, it's Africa by Toto.
Yes! Can it be the Wizard cover?
No.
Oh,
Classics
fine.
only.
All right,
Play
whatever.
the hits, not the B-sides. I'm covering it. It's always a cover if I'm playing it. I'm not in Toto. Neither is my character. Can it be the Weezer cover? Unless Rivers Cuomo is my character.
All right. I'm going to use.
That hurts.
Oh my gosh.
So what was your Galvanize boost?
So I got.
I
Yeah.
know, but what was it?
Boost using Persuasion apply to all attack.
I
Hero
understand. I'm talking about the actual number.
2.
Thank you very much.
I don't what.
What do you want from me?
Let me just read more words to you.
Okay, well, please do. I mean, I don't want to
Alright.
harsh your mellow, man.
So this rocket has just started coming
Oh
out
yeah,
of the water.
Zero mellow.
it's blasting up and it's like
Cool.
the trail of smoke. It's blasted up and
I
it's very
would,
quick. It's a rocket,
I would
yes.
like to use, if I can do this, I think
Yeah.
I want to
Anvil
use
on a string at the
creative
bottom.
block
Okay.
to hinder it. Basically, I want to try to knock it back down. It's not really a hinder.
Right. That would be an overcome.
Okay. That's fine. I could use Principle of Great Power, overcome a situation using one of your highest rated powers and use your max die.
This is going to be, the trick is, this is going to be a complicated set of overcomes to try to do.
Okay.
I would let you do it, except that it's going to be basically 3 overcomes, and you can do it now because you can
Yeah.
see it, but by the time it gets back to you, it's going to be kind of out of range. Like if you were consistently near it, you could totally do this. Like it's going to be like the bomb, where you have to do a bunch of things. So
But
it's going to
if
fly out of
I-
range of you.
But if I could knock into it and at least knock it off target so it's not going straight up, like Bubbles could put a bubble around it and keep it from going up. Like, couldn't
Well,
we
Bubbles could try to
knock
do-
this around a little bit?
Yeah, Bubbles could potentially try to do an overcome as well. So like it's going to be a 3-stage thing, and you can do it like now, but once it gets to like go again, then it'll be kind of out of range. So what?
And I've already gone this turn.
Oh, you've already gone this turn.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Is it better to do the thing that we were talking about before, like just find out where it's going?
Yeah.
Because now, now I'm
Yeah, I
assuming
could do
this is
that.
where Motorcycle Guy went,
Yeah. All right.
and if it isn't, we know where Motorcycle Guy went.
Well, then I can just create something to follow it. That's fine.
That is definitely true. You could do that, no problem.
Yep. I will
Giant
create
piece of bread
something to
behind
follow
it.
it.
And now it's got toast.
Paint it Paisley.
Okay, so
Literal breadcrumbs.
I just won't use any abilities because I'm not attacking.
Right. This will just
Yep,
be an
yep.
overcome. Yeah, for sure.
All right, so I'm going to use creativity for my D10. Oh, my dice pool disappeared. And then I'm going to use illusions, obviously, which is another D10. And
Where?
then I am still in green, but we're in yellow. So
Right.
D8. Okay.
You're the only one that gets worse.
When
As you get hit.
I degrade, yeah.
We all rage.
10, 9, 4.
Plus 4.
So 13.
So
Wow.
So that
Yeah.
is a really good result in an overcome roll.
so I have crafted.
Uh-huh.
So it comes out of the water, and then all of a sudden you see these bubbles coming up, and then bursting forth from the water is
Go
a
ahead,
giant
go ahead.
walrus
Yes.
that is now following him
Yeah.
through the sky. So it's flying walrus, but that's fine.
Right.
So it comes out from under the water. It's following him through the sky, and it's leaving that same hideous green trail that I just can't seem to get rid of.
Right.
Following him through the sky so that we can figure out where it's going, and we can
track your illusion or
right,
whatever.
track this illusion and see where it's headed.
Perfect.
And it's a
I
walrus,
like to
not a
think
seal.
that I was like, I'm gonna play the song, and then I told that guy to just start sweeping and cleaning, and he was like, just track the thing with your illusions. And just kept sweeping. That's where his boost came from. You're just like, no, you do that.
Right.
You're like,
Like, oh yeah,
thanks,
thanks.
walrus.
Walrus.
And so this is a 13 though. This means you succeeded extra.
Yeah, action succeeds beyond expectations.
Right. So what happens here is you totally manage. Now you're tracking it and everything that comes of that. As that kind of walrus illusion kind of comes up out of the river and does that, it knocks out of the river a submarine. that kind of like falls onto the shore and cracks open. And inside, some more like you see like the little rocket minions start to come out, but immediately get just arrested and taken down by a bunch of these UN commandos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything went according to plan. Sorry, Carolyn. Everything went according to plan. Nothing got stolen. Everyone's dead.
Who did you? I don't think anyone has died yet that you.
I mean,
necessarily know.
besides minions.
Right. So, who goes next?
We still have a bomb.
We still have a bomb. Yeah.
That is true. Who's elected this
I
round?
think we've all gone.
I think,
I
we've
think
all
I
gone,
was. Yeah.
Right. So now we
Not
gotta
me.
go over
I
to the
like that
environment.
+2
here.
for everyone's overcome actions.
So that +2 is still the one that stays
That's
around.
Yeah.
persistent forever until my next turn. which is
Well, actually,
forever.
the environment went at the start of this round.
You take 2 boxes?
Right.
Okay.
Because it went twice.
That might have been last turn.
Went at the end of last round, at the beginning of this, and then it kicked off to.
Right, okay.
Bubbles.
So, yeah.
Who then
Right.
gave a boost there.
Because it went twice in
and
a
then
row,
you and the minion
and then
and
kicked
me.
off to Bubbles, right? No, it didn't.
No, because
it
this
didn't.
one
That
was
was the one
stopped
before
from
it.
doing
Yep. And then you did all your
that
stuff.
was
You're right.
Okay.
You're right. So is the environment
So
now.
yeah. Yep.
All right, so we do this, and now we're in the red zone. And the timer, we got like 30 seconds left here on the timer. It's ticking down really fast. And all of a sudden, like as this happens, you hear from your sweeping janitor guy who's next to you, there's a hiss and a click.
Very good sounds to hear.
Oh, a 1 is a +1 on a boost, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good. And the rocket pack that he's wearing explodes, and he explodes, and there's a massive wave of damage, and all of you take 2 damage. Fortunately, you were kind of far away.
2 damage.
But now this rocket ninja has been exploded, been detonated.
Because
He did not do anything to
prevented,
detonate
even though we're
himself,
getting- I'll take my 2 damage.
Yeah.
Jodie, you were in yellow or red?
I'm in yellow.
You're in yellow. I'm going to interrupt that damage.
Stop taking my damage.
Why? Oh.
So then I think
Okay.
I'll pass this on
Are
to
in
you.
yellow? You're in yellow.
This puts me
Okay,
in yellow.
I'm gonna keep working on this bomb.
I just want to use it.
I'm now in the red, so that's a D10 instead of
That's great.
that. Going to continue to use electricity because this is a timer that I really don't want things to go wrong with, which is another, which is
Slow down
D8.
time.
I don't do
That's
that.
not you? Okay.
And then continuing with Dauntless because shaking hands are not a thing.
Yep.
And
Yes.
I can use, just for a little bit of fun, I'm going to use Principle of the Team, where I overcome a challenge using a boost granted by another hero.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I'm super into your song right now. I'm like singing along with it.
Is it still timer?
With the rains down.
And that is a 7 using my max die.
Nice.
Did something terrible happen on doubles, or that's not this ability?
No, that's not this ability.
Okay.
Everything's fine. So that's a 7, yeah.
Okay, cool. So you succeed with a minor twist.
Minor twist.
Right. So you
Actually, I
managed
defended
to
using bubbles.
Guy
so.
with a
you managed to
hard hat with a
completely
lamp on the front of it, so-
disable this bomb,
Yeah.
and
I do like the
yeah, and you're gonna just take your min die of damage.
okay.
And
So
that's all. It's gonna be real small.
That's a 4.
Yep.
So I didn't take the 2 because of
Right.
the bubble defense.
Correct.
But that is now gone.
But-
and then I take 4 points,
Yeah.
which
And you from slowly corroding
Could be worse.
technology that's around you, kind of.
and then showers of sparks.
But you managed to disable it, and the countdown stops, and everything seems
Good.
all right. So now we're gonna go kind of
And
off
collapsed
of
building, partially collapsed building.
round time.
This
Where-
is
where we got
totally
everybody
what
out.
Caroline expected
Right.
when
Everyone
she
out.
invited us
We
out.
exploded all the minions.
Only one
There's a
person
flying
died.
walrus
It
in
was
the
She's
a,
really
sky.
uptight. I don't know that that's what she was expecting at all.
But you know,
so what do? You're inside this kind
things
of
happen.
falling apart building.
Do we explain what happened, or do we follow the rocket?
I mean, I think it's pretty
I
evident
think
what
we
happened.
should follow the rocket. Like
There.
we'll tell Carolyn if she's
Yeah.
around.
Well, she's around. So as you
Yeah,
kind of
I feel like
exit the
maybe we
building,
I
should
want to
talk to
know
her.
what
Like
what
what
she's
was
sold.
going on?
yeah, she's standing there with the UN
Look
command
distressed.
with the
Claims
UN
adjuster.
with the UN commandos that are there, and is actually quite grateful. So Caroline says that she's actually quite grateful that you managed to solve this and that this bomb went off. Like there was some sort of explosion
This is
She
what
asks you if you
expected to
know
happen?
anything about it. She didn't know, but like there was an explosion on the dais where she was going to give her keynote. So like she could have been killed
Right.
if she'd been giving the
Oh,
keynote while that
that
happened.
happened.
So
Where that
We
came
didn't
from.
we didn't see who planted the bomb, but we managed to deal with
They got
these.
like a rocket thing.
Yeah, this whole rocket-themed
And
group,
submarine.
and rocket and
motorcycle.
Thank you. Okay,
And
many
lasers.
vehicle-themed group of people who also had lasers. They left a bomb. Oh, there's a green vial that we think was the failsafe. Probably don't break that.
Super poison.
But the bomb's disarmed.
You have a
One of
lovely new
them-
amphitheater.
Got away
Yeah,
on a rocket.
exactly.
Or I think we got everybody out that was in danger.
Right.
well, that's,
Well,
that's good. So she
at
seems
least.
just very grateful. Like this wasn't her building. Like the
Right.
manager
No, yeah.
of the
better.
Melbourne Exhibition Center is there and is quite upset talking to the fire department and an insurance
Sure,
claims
yeah.
adjuster. But that's not your employer. The reason why you're there.
And I think
Who's
we
gonna
should
pay me
leave and
for
track this
jail?
rocket
Right.
down before they ask us.
Well,
And Kellen agrees. And the leader of the
stage
UN
name's
commandos
gonna be
comes over and says, "Hello, good. That was fantastic work in there disabling the bomb. My name is John England. I'm the head of the United Nations Commandos here, and I've been looking into some of these issues for quite a long time, and we've been tracking some commandos, so some of these people, a lot of these kind of problems, and I'd love to compare notes, kind of see if we can figure out anything else that's going on."
One of them did fly away in a rocket, and we've got a little bit of a window to track him. Is it okay if we do that later?
Oh, fantastic! Yes. So we've also been monitoring that rocket, and we believe we know where it's going. And we'd love to corroborate our evidence. We've noticed some short.
If you could give us a ride, we'd love to help that out. And
Yeah.
Could borrow some walkie-talkies. They look really cool.
Well, let me go phone home and see if we can get some walkie-talkies. So he tells you that the rocket right now, telemetry-wise, looks like it's doing a suborbital hop from Australia, kind of halfway around the world. It's kind of headed to northern South America.
Wow. Okay.
Northern
I'd
South.
have to go on a plane
Way
again.
west.
Yeah.
I don't want to go on a plane.
On the west coast of northern South America.
I every time a chance I get, I talk
Northern South
about my
America is a
team.
real place. There's
That
a
is
west coast of
definitely
northern
a
South America as
team.
well.
I know.
It's called Ecuador.
I know. I just thought it was very funny. I liked it a lot. I wasn't trying to be mean. It's on the east side of town now.
Right, yes, on the east side of town, in western South America.
Do you know what
Yeah.
this gang is?
They do not. They've been tracing some amount of occasional high technology activity. There is some amount of, they suspect that they're involved in some way with Maduro's government in Venezuela, but they're not entirely certain about that. And they're trying to just like maintain world peace, defend human rights, that sort of thing.
All very good things.
Yeah.
I want to ask Carolyn if we know what was stolen.
No, I mean,
they took a
previously there was like slow trickling amounts of technology theft, mostly rocketry related. What was specifically stolen
Shocker.
here? They have no idea because they.
Okay.
I mean, the building. You were the
Sure.
most recent people in there. So do you know?
I mean, did I see it? Can I describe it to them and maybe they'll know what it was? Because like,
I mean, you know someone was at a computer.
right, we know somebody was at a computer under the place where the bomb is, roughly.
It's like, I mean, let's go look.
Did they steal
Yeah,
or did they hack?
let's go look.
Yeah, I think
Maybe they
that
hacked
makes
it
more
and
sense.
That's
did
kind of
something.
like stealing. You wouldn't download a car.
You wouldn't.
No, you specifically wouldn't. You would just.
No, I just
name
draw it. It's
It'll be fine.
Right.
All right.
So should we-
Good sounds.
So John and Carolyn are going to go with you.
let's
Are
take a
willing to
look.
come in and take a look.
Yeah.
I think so.
All right. That's good.
Don't step on that. Oh, sorry. It's a small green vial.
What do you want to? What do you want to
Very
go?
careful.
What do you want to go look at? Anything? And then now all the UN commandos are coming into the kind of covering area. They've got
I
some
mean, did they leave the computer?
UN janitors in. Yeah. Everything.
I'm
got left.
gonna not be near that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
it.
everything. It doesn't look like the. You started chasing the
You're, like, booking our flights
briefcase
to-
motorcycle ninja really
Yeah, no,
quickly,
I'm not gonna do that either.
and so it doesn't appear that anyone took anything
Okay.
from here physically.
But I
Okay.
mean, in the computer, can we tell what they've done to the computer? Have
Yeah.
they like put in a
Go ahead.
virus? Did they take
Roll
information?
an overcome.
Did they?
I think that's
Here.
definitely Jodie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
that's
do that.
them.
The only
okay.
one who knows anything about anything.
We're not in the scene anymore, are we?
No.
Okay.
So just based on your health and.
Yep, so great. So that is I don't have any powers that pertain to this, but I do have technology, and I have a status die. Could have been a 12, Matt.
I'm sorry, I protected you.
No. So
count
my
as
mid
out of the
is
box.
A
a
six.
6. Yeah.
Right.
Pretty good.
So that is
Action succeeds.
succeeds with a minor twist.
Cool. So you discover that there's been some files uploaded from here
But I accidentally delete them.
to anywhere else. And so what you managed to pull out kind of a hacker signature in there, and you're kind of looking at it. You're like, I see what they did. It was some telemetry data that they basically uploaded to through a series of satellites, and it all looks a particular way. And John England is there, and he looks at it and he's like, oh, this looks exactly like the hacker signature of some international terrorist we've been tracking out of Shanghai.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh,
They only know the hacker signature.
Like signature. Can't read it.
Right
It's
now.
not
No,
handwriting.
yeah, real bad. But have you seen my signature?
Okay, yes,
Yeah, no.
I have. A million times.
Yeah, I know.
Right over there.
Right. We're mailing it to
So,
so many people.
So I guess you know what they stole now.
Yeah, and the computer kind of like melts and falls apart after you're done with it, but
Because
they've got some other stuff.
I broke it.
Yeah.
It's a minor twist.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd think it was me. You don't
So
think
they're
it was Mishap?
kind of looking around. That is what it
Team
looks
leader
like.
over there.
That is what it
Team
looks
leader
like they
Mishap.
stole. So
Okay, so
then we'll clean up here. Thank you for.
Wow, words.
They uploaded a bunch of telemetry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So telemetry information. And,
Yeah.
and they uploaded it, they didn't steal it.
Right. They stole it from the system. They hacked
Right.
it and took it from the system and
uploading
uploaded
it
it
through a
somewhere
bunch of
else.
satellites.
And this actually matches. They said that it matches some global cyber terrorist cells they've been kind of tracking that have been like hacking into some pharmaceutical companies, particularly in Shanghai, trying to hack into the European Union Parliament to get some information from there, all over the world, kind of stuff like this. So. Anyway, they're very grateful for your assistance with this. If there's anything else you want to look at about this area, any other information you have, they're going to continue to comb it, kind of search for some stuff. Let us know if there's anything else you want to look at. Otherwise, we would love to have your assistance if you're willing to continue helping.
I keep
And
doing this.
and Carolyn is very, very pleased. Like, I mean, obviously, like, man, it sure sucks that a bunch of stuff blew up and got destroyed or whatever. But like, she wasn't there and didn't get hurt, which she's very
So she doesn't care.
grateful about.
Really
But also
cold.
like. It's just stuff. Like, she could make more stuff. That's fine.
Sure.
But none of her people died, and she didn't die. And she
So
could
that's
have.
pretty good.
And also, you stopped a bomb from blowing up, like, and destroying a lot more stuff and killing a lot of people and kind of burying the evidence of this. And so,
nice.
it kind of
Pretty good at being super.
wound up working out.
Almost like a team.
She'd even be
No,
willing
not
to
like
give
that.
you
like a different thing.
all
Like
uniforms.
4 completely.
You want some Falk Industry onesies?
I mean, sure.
Yeah.
No, you
could
can.
use it.
Yeah,
What do
absolutely.
they
They've
look
got-
like?
They're like navy blue onesies with like Falk Industry in white kind of printed on them.
Speed suits. Speed suits.
Onesies. They got like little feet.
Free clothing.
Don't
Don't
turn
turn
down
down free clothing.
What size are you? Because we'll just get 4
We'll
of
just
them.
get 4 of
We'll get
those.
4 of them for you. No?
They probably don't have my size anyway. Like,
Yeah, there's
I'm
going to be a
pretty
lot of
compromised.
tailoring going on here.
No, you just wear it like you're.
I take
like,
one.
There's just
Yeah.
lots of
No,
cups.
for you
Right.
it's an actual onesie, like the
Oh,
yeah.
footy pajamas,
Yeah, we don't
That's
need
what I
it.
was saying. It's got the little feet.
navy blue footy pajamas. That's what they have.
Does it have the butt flap with the big giant buttons?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Good, definitely.
So this is the conclusion of this issue that we've got.
Nice.
Excellent.
And so what I want to know is if there's anything else you want to do to wrap it up, and if there's anything you want to do, like that you want to talk amongst yourselves and figure out what you want to do next time. Because I don't know
Honestly,
what you want to do next time.
Like
and
what I
I
want
want
to
to
find
know
out
that before
at
next
this
time.
point is like, what are the other things these guys hit? Like they've been doing this for a while, obviously.
So
is there any
there's
other
2 things that seem
gangs
tied
or-
together, right, as a result of this that they haven't seen tied together before. They
that's-
knew that there's some sort of strange suborbital rocket launches going in and out of Venezuela. But they haven't been able to get anyone into Venezuela because the whole country is completely locked down. Like no one can get in or out. It's all the entire border is militarized and everything like that, and so they don't have eyes and ears on the ground there, knowing what's going on. But they've been trying to figure out that situation in case there's going to be some sort of a global incident or whatever. Then they also know that there's this global cyber terrorist ring that's been going around hacking into everything from pharmaceutical companies to the EU Parliament. But they and they've kind of been tracking them. They kind of know they've been tracking a lot more. They know more things about it. They've managed to kind of track their patterns, and they've got some idea that they're going to try to hit up the European Parliament again to try to get some amount of data. They don't know what they're looking for, but they know they're looking for that. They also know that they've been particularly interested in a Chinese pharmaceutical company called Shen Pharmaceuticals that's based in Shanghai, and they suspect that there's probably going to be an attempt made at some of the data there. And so these are some unrelated things they were tracking, or things they thought were unrelated. But now that this happened, what they've uncovered as a result of your work here and your searching in there is that the hacking and that computer team somehow tied to, like, these people were using technology and going back to Venezuela while also using the hacker signatures of this global cyber terrorist group. So
it sounds like the best thing that we could do isn't necessarily to go to South America, but it might be to go to Shanghai and try and prevent this hit on Shen Pharmaceuticals.
Sure. Oh, I mean, all of those.
Like
yeah.
if we're sure that's going to be next or as close, like
yeah, they're not sure where they're going to hit next.
The way I see it, and obviously this isn't necessarily what we should do, but like trying to get to Venezuela and break through a demilitarized zone, that is not my skill set, and I'm not a soldier.
But you said the word break in that sentence. So
And yes, breaking
like...
things is a thing I do, not necessarily, UN treaties or world peace.
right.
I don't want to do that.
Fair.
But
Until he's upset, 'cause his voice gets high.
Yeah,
I don't want to do that. Stop making me do that.
But like trying to work in the cyber terrorism ring, which presumably is using these hit squads of rocket goons.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that seems like something we could do because we did it.
Yeah. And like knowing what we're up against ahead of time will.
But we know where the rocket that shot off was headed?
Yeah, definitely to
That's-
Venezuela.
And
Definitely
that's
That's-
to Venezuela.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, like, if you can think of a way we could do that, but it doesn't seem nearly as doable as like protecting a place that we're pretty sure is going to get hit.
Yeah, that sounds
That's
like a
fair.
completely reasonable plan.
Baby
Then I
steps
think
as
that
we
should
learn
get-
how
should-
So
to...
going to
Carolyn-
Shanghai is your
Hire
plan.
a leader.
If Carolyn can arrange it and can
Absolutely, she's happy to.
facilitate that, that would be fantastic.
If you and they can and the UN can give you some radios.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We should definitely
Not you.
like start accepting applications for a
keep
leader.
preparing it.
I think
Like
so.
we should get a fifth in here. Let's just take over the leadership role.
This
Just
team,
really get
this
us,
team would really benefit
help us focus. You know, what I'm
from...
saying?
I wish there was someone to just...
Like anyone.
Someone to suggest things that we could do
There's
and,
definitely
and
not
give us guidance.
There's
and-
not a single person
I
here
could
that
draw
could do
one.
it.
I could draw
Not
as a
single
team
person. I mean,
leader
I could,
if you
I
want.
could probably do it.
Like-
I'm
Are there any married people?
a person.
That's true.
do
Yeah.
it?
Oh, yeah.
Right. No single
Me?
people.
Right.
Only married people.
All
No
right. Yeah.
distractions.
What?
So I have some highlights from the chat.
Good. Okay.
Yeah,
good.
please.
Yeah. Because we're kind of at the denouement. So
Please,
Yeah.
yes, cut this
share some
off.
chat highlights. Share some chat highlights, and if there's any questions from the chat or anything like that. But now I've got
Yeah.
kind of an idea what they want to do next.
So if you have any questions, chat, now's a good time to ask them. Early on, Take Walker said that he's totally shipping Trusty Rusty with Zesty Blood.
Dress.
Sonvar says you're like an entire team of setbacks.
Dude, yeah, rolling triple ones is pretty good.
Yeah, well, I told them about your legendary unluck, Jodie, and how
Yeah.
like we used to, if you touched dice, we used to throw them away.
Yeah. I
but-
noticed that, and nobody else used them.
You were actually rolling pretty well.
Unnamed Rock pointed out that your mythical Jodie unluck was completely gone, absent from this. You're the only one that was consistently rolling
Yeah,
well.
it's
Yes.
true,
You
actually.
sucked up everybody else's luck. You were a luck siphon. The other notable thing is that there are over 20 members of the band Toto over the course of it. So it is very feasible that you could have been the band. And statistically likely.
I did like a tour. They were,
Yeah.
they were going through Rook City and like the bass player was like,
And then
we needed a basis for 3.
finally, Unnamed Rock would like to know what was each player's favorite part of the issue.
Ooh.
yikes.
Definitely rolling 3 ones because it was dramatically hilarious.
I think I kicked us off pretty well with that terrible,
Yes, setting the
awful
tone.
Yeah.
twist and made things explode without even trying.
I did all of the things that I planned for this in quite a different order than what Adam and I talked about this morning.
Very.
Like, I want to go back and watch the GM prep episode
Yeah.
to be like, what was
don't
the
do the whole
plan?
thing's done because I
we
say
break?
like
No,
other
no,
stuff,
no,
but
I
like, yeah. Basically, like, I can even tell you, like, basically the plan was actually that the bomb was going to go off during the keynote and be a problem,
Oh,
like
yeah.
there, and give you more time to look around and gain information about the different stuff that was there, and then maybe discover that the rocket commandos were around or something. I don't know. But then there was like major twists after major twists. Like, they just show up and stuff
Way
blows
more
up.
of a
And,
chase plan.
yeah, there could have been a chase if you wanted to chase the guy on the motorcycle or not.
Right.
Up to you.
I like that her minor twist was somebody else filled the role, which was
Yes.
whoever was setting up this bomb.
Right, exactly.
It's like,
Right, that's what it
There's
was.
one
That was the major
dead guy
twist.
here who's just got liquefied.
Right. The major twist was the bomb goes off early, right,
Yeah.
and then it just messes everything up. That's why I said I'm going to just mess myself up with a major twist. That sounds fun.
That's how I
Right.
GM prep too. Is like
Right.
here are the tools in my toolbox, and then depending on what people touch,
Right,
Bring Jenn
exactly.
in, she'll break
What
it.
can be broken? Yeah.
I think my favorite thing was popping like 6 minions at once.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
That's
Pretty good.
dope.
Yeah.
Rusting
Everything
everything
in
for
the-
minus 3. I
Yeah.
very much enjoyed that.
Just breathing in and making Paul start singing. That was
good.
nice.
I think we need a montage of all of the times where Paul's face was just like, all right, whatever. Fine. All
When
right,
it
we're just going to go
when
with
puts it
it.
up on YouTube, somebody will pull that
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
start just being like, Paul's disappointed face. I also can't wait to watch it and see how absolutely sickening that shot is when you whack the camera.
Oh yeah.
Because it just went like this for like 5 minutes. And I was just like, oh no. Like Katie would just be so emotional. Oh no. So yeah,
Cool.
we're not on a boat yet.
Any other questions or things to?
They say it's enjoyable to watch this crew.
Nice.
Good.
I
That's
like
what we're
it.
hoping for.
They like
Cool,
you.
thank
They
you.
really like you.
Yay.
Cool.
We'll fix that.
Well, tune in next time,
We'll do horrible things.
at
Break everything again.
1 Central
One second.
next Wednesday.
Some other unknowable amount of time everywhere else.
Same bad time. Yeah, no one knows. All right. If that's all, farewell.
Farewell.
Thank you.
I have to wait.